Ahoy, Wonders, and welcome back to the table. Purple and gold, though, that's actually Minnesota Viking colors, so I'm not gonna turn that down. So that means
Bloom
purple,
Carroll
white, and
Bulldogs
gold.
for me. BCHS, motherfucker.
All right, we back. A bunch of us were out of town for various reasons last week, but we be here now.
Mm-hmm. I hold within my hand something that is disastrously close to making Rewrite 5.
Excellent. ...
In a controlled way,
Okay.
so it is good. But right now, I'm just going to say, these 3 pieces of paper I have in my hand, they contain so much power.
A one-eyed Ezra walks out of the ocean. You don't know what you've unleashed.
All right, so last we left our heroes, you actually made your way into Dimswell, and you got a really amazingly astute history lesson about the entire situation at hand. So you have a common goal now that this guy, the Barnacle Bay, was actually a center point for the gods to keep demons at bay, because a demon portal, once open, can never be closed. However, one escaped because the military went in there and woke up the beast that was holding the demons hostage.
Stupid Navy.
And set forth a string of events that led to cataclysms and whatnot, led to your backstory.
Yeah.
You had to go to Gastal to find the guy who was responsible and try to deal with him. That didn't end so well.
Nope.
And Krobagil, you're just the new fresh bab out of all of this.
All I've done is just sit in time since time immemorial, watching nature go by and then realizing, hey, things seem pretty messed up right now. I should do something
And
about
Wake
this.
has long since put his revenge against the military to the side in order to deal with the current threat.
Which is good, because you found out that the entire beef between the pirates and the Navy is just a fucking thing that was set up by the demons to just invite chaos.
It was a facade.
Played us like a goddamn fiddle!
God damn it. So, with that...
I have one arm. I'm allowed to be punished, Wake.
No, that's fair. Well, even the...
That's right, your arm is disconnected.
Yeah, I have a ghost arm.
I
and
just
I am
remembered
not putting
that.
it back specifically for the reason that I have an insight into the flow of chi that nobody else does right now. So I'm going to be
With your
studying the
spirit
fuck out of
hand.
that.
Right on, because you can choose... Like I said, there is something to that. This will have story elements. This will also... I mean, hell, you could also use it as some good stealth mechanics and whatnot. I'm going to give you advantages to shit like that if you use that arm. Only problem is you have to use 1 key point to actually be able to use it for 24 hours.
I think that is worth burning 1 key point a day, when I very rarely burn through all of them in an encounter anyway. Like,
Say that now.
It has been a while since... I mean, here's the thing. Elementalist monks' abilities, they fucking suck. They really do. They are so expensive for what you get out of them, for what you're, like, putting resources into. I very rarely feel like using anything other than Water Whip, and sometimes maybe Shatter if I have to, because Shatter costs literally half of my points, half of my pool. It's a level, what, 2 spell?
I believe so, yes.
And I'm using half of my
Half of what you
resources
can,
just to
yeah.
do a base
2.
version of that. So it's...
They don't allow you to actually level up higher?
They do allow me to push an additional key point in to raise it a level every time.
Okay.
So, you know, but it's... I feel like with a spell like
Diminishing
that,
returns.
adding an additional D6 is kind of a diminishing return.
Okay, fair enough.
Or D8, whatever Shatter is. I don't know, I rarely use it.
So with all of this information now given upon you, you have been told that the Daystar is actually just being comfortably held up in the tower, where Fatreus' father is just keeping him close by.
It's convenient. No, it's nice. I mean, I'm happy about that. I'm happy he's safe and comfortable.
I understand you have suspicions. That wouldn't make... I assume that due to all of this and all of the fact that the Gabrazu could be anywhere upon us.
Yeah, man, I have a lot of suspicions about a lot of things, but if fate is just going to hand me something, I will be happy about that.
Speak your mind, then. This would probably be the best place to have it.
Okay, I mean, it's just ever since all this began, it all just sort of feels connected, you know? Like, everything that we've done, I don't know if the gods have something at stake in this, or if they're just watching and laughing at our despair for their amusement.
Who would do such a thing?
I don't know. But it just feels like... I don't know. I've been through a lot. I lost my arm.
Cromwell just kind of...
God is smiling.
Yeah.
God is smiling. He's hiding it, but he's smiling. Very, very much so on the inside and out.
Why do I feel like I'm being smiled at?
I like this feeling.
But yeah, Wake doesn't have any like particular questions dealing with anything. I mean, after every bit of information we have, he still has to process a lot of it.
No, that's fair. I understand that this is a very hard and difficult thing to put all together. It's why I sent my son out. My son, our people, we like to keep to ourselves. However, there are things on the outside. There are things in the outside world that it would be foolish of us not to know. But I would like to keep my people ignorant of any strife or trouble. So in order to do so, my people have seekers, like my son, who go out and travel the world and bring back pieces of the world so we can analyze it. Petreus is not the first and certainly not the last of our kind that will go out and be seekers. More information will flow, and more information will be brought here. That's why the Gabrazu were here, to blackmail me, so the information can stop.
Well, I might actually have a little curiosity that your collection might enjoy. From Wake's
Blink.
From Wake's belt, he I guess unsheath isn't the right word because that's what he is. He pulls Kevin. This is well, it was an experiment by, I guess, very strange ancient races. They took a man's soul and they put him inside this sheath, turned him into this mimic. He offers answers for the payment of feeding him swords.
He takes the blade of the hilt. I apologize.
Sheath.
Yeah, sheath.
He takes Kevin.
He takes Kevin. He starts analyzing him. He looks up at you. Pray, where did you find this?
Way back in Jahal Cove. One of the smaller islands just off the coast. It's also where we ran into a individual named Victor. Well, this was some time ago. You guys weren't there. It was really weird. He was making these monsters out of tumors.
Ooh.
And he was performing experiments from these, I guess, the runoff of these ancient beings. I think they were called mind flayers. Gross.
Sounds like an exciting story I'd go back and revisit if I had the chance to view it.
I would too if there was any possible way to look back on such a tome. Playlist in the corner. That way.
That's quite a coincidence. I know of the horrors that you speak of, and I know that them coming here was a failed attempt at them trying to use necromancy as their new source of abilities.
Huh.
And the soul transference, I have another who's quite like it.
Really?
My son found it on his way traveling due east of the ruins of Ibrakal.
Really?
He kind of sludges over to one side. And he pulls back a curtain, and you see a very familiar treasure chest.
Roy! I run over to it. Oh, how have you been?
The eye opens up in the key slot. Ah! Ah! It was just nothing but fire everywhere. We saw it tumbling.
You were on the ship the whole time, right?
The entire thing fell. Pieces fell on the ship. I was flung into the ocean.
I heard about that. Was probably much more horrific to be a part of. Frankly,
No, what was more horrific is the fact I can't get these crab eggs out of my mouth, and every time I try to open my crabs.
Like,
Oh, make it stop!
Wake picks up a crab. I mean, they're good.
I haven't been able to speak because every time I...
Is this a magic crab making chest?
Can we consider this a trade? Just eating it like a soft shell. Anime style. Sucking in the leg, just shell and all.
He had spoken the times I've been able to actually get him to speak, he spoke of Jahal Cove and others just like him. After doing some research and putting 2 and 2 together, it was the work of the Abyssal Mind Flayers.
Yeah, his captain used to be a ship. Well, his captain used to be a man who was turned into a ship. He was a really good ship.
I'm certain there are more just like him, other accounts in other countries elsewhere.
Wow. I thought it was fun. Cool.
They are very secluded, these Mind Flayers. They keep to themselves in underwater, perhaps even underground societies. And most likely you have just walked in on one of their experiments at the time.
Yeah, I mean, they had long since abandoned the place that we found them.
Without a reliable source of food, they would die, though what is strange to me is that there is an Underdark city just below Jahal Cove. I would imagine they would have a food source unless the Underdark city was able to prevail against them.
The only place I know that might have been part of the Underdark is where not the collective one. Oh man, I'm misremembering all my gods and demigods now.
Udoth.
Yeah, Udoth, but it was more specifically the guy that we went to in the Thieves Guild that kept all the secrets and traded in information.
Yep, that was the spy network. That was like the surface level entrance to the Underdark.
Yeah, I feel bad because I can't remember the exact name.
Deimos?
We had for him.
Deimos. Yep.
There we go. You know!
He knows secrets.
I think everybody's met a Deimos somewhere.
Yes.
He never told me.
God damn it.
But yeah, that's the only part that I think I've been to that might be considered part of the Underdark. Its entrance was under a bank. So maybe, probably not. Or maybe, probably could have been. Maybe the entrance to that other city was in there.
When dealing with secrets, Deimos can work in odd and strange ways.
Yeah, so I learned.
Well, it is quite... I found other bits and pieces of collections from the wreckage, trying to piece together everything that happened at Eberkal and only gathering what information I had. I assume any of you might have questions about what transpired there. I have told you all I could, considering that the Seraphim that was sitting up top the tower, as an act of self-defense, destroyed every enemy around it, and unfortunately the people with it.
Yeah. I think part of me kind of always knew that everything was gone. But I'm not going to let their sacrifice be in vain.
So what do you plan now?
Well, right now, we need to take the Daystar, or the Dawnstar.
Daystar.
Daystar, sorry, yeah. And we have to get him back to his mom, so that we can get our magical bean back, so that we can give it to the pirates. You know, the more I say this...
We are creating a fun novel for children to read for generations.
I'm so glad you finally caught on to that. Finally.
The Natural Wonders. With a prologue by Wake, a short story about the ash drakes.
I assume time is of the essence for you. You may collect the Daystar and be on your way, but I'm more than certain you probably do not wish to travel back up through Colas and all the way to Gulliver.
I mean, it would be nice to find some form of shortcut. Would you be okay, Devilgrin? I mean,
Devilgrin just looks to you. I believe my service is left here at home. I'm certain with all this information that I've been given, I can give it to all the people. I'm certain Bar would find this information very useful back on the surface.
Fair enough.
Devilgrin's not going with you.
Yeah, I knew as much, but I meant, like, is it okay if we find a different way out?
He just looks to you, and he looks over to Fatreus. Well, Is there no way that leads back outside? I know this used to have a small hole that used to lead back out into the open ocean. Well, and Fatreus like turns to you. Well, yes, there is such a way, but the only problem with that is that you'd probably have to find some way to travel underneath the water, and I'm certain that will be no problem from him, but...
Typically.
For the rest of you,
I don't know. Chromagil, do you need air?
I don't think we've really gotten a concrete answer. We can try.
I mean, I don't really know. Do you breathe?
Roll nature check.
Because, I mean, you're already dead, but you do
6.
breathe.
6.
One of my better stats.
Uh,
Bad die roll.
You just hear like this audible, and you look at his gills kind of like fold over inside themselves. That's him holding his breath.
He takes in a deep breath the
Okay,
only way a
but-
mushroom can.
Either way.
Roll a Constitution save.
25.
25. He's not responding to you.
Yeah, All right, well, that's weird. Normally he talks no matter what's happening. But
I'd imagine the mushrooms would be just drinking roots from the floor like any other plant would.
if
And they
anything,
would-
the salt water is probably not good for him.
And they would probably use, what's the scientific term the humans use? Yeah, he like flips open a book and like reads through like a science book. Carbon monoxide?
Releases the air. Paw. Thinks an exhale sound. That's how this works, right?
Yeah, but either way, we have a different issue. We'd kind of have to go back the way we came regardless because we left.
Oi, well,
Well-
where's our ship then?
It's everywhere, correct?
That's true, but
And
they
you-
are spirits.
Wait, hold on. Didn't you guys say that you saw your ship out there, like in a ghost form, something like that I couldn't see?
Oh yeah, it's sitting right out there. Don't you see it?
No, I don't. I do not. Hold on. I look through my hand.
Roll me an Arcana check, both of you.
Oh,
Fuck it, I'll let this work.
natural fucking 20.
Yeah.
And 17.
Yeah.
Oh!
The both of you concentrate very, very hard on like looking out the window, and you actually see like the crystalline area that surrounds the outside area that leads to like a flat surface of where the water is. There's a ship sitting there.
Well, how about that?
There's
Lower
a,
hand.
it's a
Raise hand.
yeah.
Lower hand.
Every time you look through your hand, you see the ship. When you move it away, it's gone.
What the hell?
It's like a little ghost magnifying glass you got there.
Spectral vision.
Yep.
Chromagil sees nothing.
Ghost clops.
God damn it. Regular Doug Jones over here.
Wake's labyrinth.
Yeah, you both turn to the side and you see that there's a, not a galleon, but what looks like, because of the fact that the crystal is kind of like sitting in front of it, it almost looks to be the size of a frigate. Enough to fit all the members of the crew of the once Jolly Shark ship.
So it's like, no, I don't say. Oh, I'll be damned. That's a big ship.
What ship? We're sitting in it.
Yeah, don't
It
worry.
makes up part of this tower.
Yeah, but they have weird ghost rules. Your dad probably knows more about this than I do. In fact, I guarantee it.
Some would say the spirit of the ship lives on despite its corpse resting here.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Well, with your check, you can pretty much tell that so long as their mission that they were tasked to do before they pass on is not completed, any remnants of them will remain.
Look, I'm cool with a literal ghost ship. Frankly, it's about time.
We had a mimic ship. We might as well have a ghost one.
We are kind of overdue with this nautical themed campaign, but yes.
Yep. So with that, they kind of just like turn and go, no, the ship's right out there. You don't see it. Well,
I do now.
I'm not
Makes
too...
for a great shot, also. Just
Yeah, right.
perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
I see you.
The most JoJo pose ever.
Ghost vision.
So yeah, well, we'll go ahead and just let you get on the ship then. We'll take you on out of here.
Again, I have to rephrase that we left crew members city back.
Well, you can go pick them up and do so.
Let's go grab them and bring them back here. You guys sure up the ship. We'll be ready.
Just a quick trip back to ferry some injured folk.
To be fair, without running into the demons and stuff, it's probably gonna be a lot easier.
Should be a much simpler trip the second time.
Most of that forest is burned down, so we just walk straight through.
All the cover's gone.
Whatever. Well, whatever you wish to do, I suggest you do it quickly. The fact that the Galberzu were here means that influence is spread far and wide. It could be anywhere, and there could be agents of Resp in any location. And the fact that now that you have taken care of them and impeded on their goals, they might seek you now.
Yeah, that adds up.
Suppose we would have probably painted a big target on our back.
I cannot wait to try to convince Micha to step on an invisible boat.
Oh yeah, Captain, we got bits of a problem to tell you about that. We didn't kill every single one of them. Some of them escaped.
Some of those little monkey goblins gone now?
Oh yeah, them little thingies.
Well, we'll keep our eye out on our way back. You guys just get set on shoring up and making sure that ship is ship-shape for a ghost ship in the ghost of a chance to get out of here. And I don't know where I was going with this. I'm gonna pretend I
Don't
never
worry,
said
sir.
it.
We got you. We'll do that.
Awesome!
They stand up and walk out. They go through the wall.
That is a really convenient ability.
I mean, I could probably do that if I tried hard enough.
I'm gonna try reaching through my own arm and then grabbing something past it. Just see if I can, like, think.
Well, you pass your physical hand through your immaterial hand, and you pick up a small cup of tea right in front of you.
Now I try to grab something with my ghost hand as my other hand is going through it.
Roll me a acrobatics check with disadvantage.
Crossing the streams.
17, probably gonna be worse than that. That's a 19, so 24.
It's a very weird scenario.
Tink,
Yeah.
tink.
Yeah, like you feel like in your head you're like, this should not work at all. Like, why am I even bothering? And then it does work, and then you just slowly let that notion ease into your head, and you complete the task you wanted to do.
This is weird. All right. So cool, I can reach through things, or at the very least me.
I'm more than certain that you wish to speak to the Daystar before you go out anywhere.
Yeah, probably. That sounds like a good idea.
Seems like
I will fetch him. And you watch as he's about to, like, start, slowly squishing away. And you feel like, oh, this is gonna take forever, isn't it? He holds his like, flipper-like hands up in the air. And you watch as the entire roof creates a sigil in the center of it. And an entire section of, circular section of the entire roof bows down, and you see what looks like a red-robed drow with white hair that kind of like goes past like at least to his chin. His face has a little bit of a blindfold to it, and he's sitting in a chair like looking around like, wait, what's going on? And the sigil like puts him down and sits him right across from you.
Hello? My name is Wake Scalebound, and we're here to rescue you.
Chromagil dons his cord of spring cloak.
He's looking like left and right, not sure what's going on. He stops straight at Chromagil. Oh. I can see you.
Hello, Dawnstar. Your mother has sent us to fetch you.
Oh, really? Well, he like stands up. He looks like he's like wobbling because he's blind. So he kind of like waves his hand around him, and then like for that split feet, like the 5 feet of him, when he waves his hand around, he's actually able to gauge where everything is. So he like, it takes him like a second to wave his hand, and then he walks around everything, and then he like puts his hands like up to your shoulders, like grabbing the felt from the cape that you're wearing. And he feels way more at ease, like his body language just shrinks down.
Worry not, Your Highness. We'll take care of you.
Oh, this is quite amazing. I'm rather shocked that Mother would send someone out to assist me, considering I put so much of this danger on her. I could have possibly, for all I know, they could have went to kill her instead.
I highly doubt they have the capabilities of that. Your mother seems incredibly powerful.
Yes, but my mother can be very emotional, and when she's emotional, unfortunately, she doesn't think straight.
Well, fortunately for you, she was thinking straight when she asked if we could help you. Seems we've done our job, and we'd love to help ease her mind by bringing you to her.
His eyes begin to open.
Wake's gonna step out of that visual cone because he's heard rumors about things disappearing when you
Morgan's gonna do
get
the same.
stared at.
Chromagil is focused too much on the Dawnstar and making sure he doesn't lose balance. He is staying where he is. He's gonna see what happens to him.
You are seeing this happen before you. How do you react to the fact that his eyes are slowly opening?
Like, kind of stand sturdy, assuming that someone of great importance is about to look at him.
Okay.
Like, he is taking this more as a sign of respect and be like, if this is how your power works, hopefully you have some level of control about it. Otherwise,
There is a feeling in the back of your mind that this will go horribly, horribly awry. I need you to roll me a wisdom save to keep composure.
okay.
Roll me a reality check.
Said wisdom, right?
Yep. Wisdom save.
14.
Yeah, you keep the composure completely dead face. You are invested in making sure that this guy knows that you're all about what you are about. His eyes completely open. You guys don't see anything. Like, who's looking? Who's going to look from the side, not in the
Who
field of
dares
view?
look upon the visage of the Dawnstar?
Like looking at his eyes?
Yeah, well, obviously the fact that he's opening his eyes made you walk the fuck away. Are you going to continue to look, or
I'm
are you
going
going
to
to look
roll
away?
high-low for Wake's curiosity level. That's a 5, so Wake's looking.
Okay, how about you?
Self-control has never been his strong suit.
Ain't that the truth?
Do you choose to look, or do you choose to look away?
How wise are you?
I'm gonna keep my distance.
But are you still looking? Keeping your distance is great and all. Are you still looking at his face?
Shield thine eyes, Morgan.
No,
No?
I'm not looking.
Very well. All right. Wake. You see his eyes begin to open. From the back of your head, you're starting to see like a picture of the stars at night just within your vision. It's almost like you're back at the temple looking up at the stars at this moment. There are celestial figures of memories. Like your very memories are etched into the stars as you're looking this way.
Oh, that one's traumatic. That one's
No,
pretty
no,
nice.
no, not terrible ones.
Oh,
All of them are actually very pleasant memories.
Wake on his date with Calliope. Wake chilling out, training with Nedra. Wake hanging out with the crew of the Yeldon. Now he's sad again.
Well,
But a nostalgia sad.
here's
A
the
happy
thing.
sad,
Here's the
if
thing,
that
though.
makes
You're
sense.
seeing all of these things. Pleasure is not the only emotion you should be feeling out of this. However, the fact that you're looking in this direction and you can see this bit of visage just by looking at the face of the Daystar, it's just continuous pleasure. Like he's emitting that he's calm. What you're feeling is his emotions in physical memory in your mind.
All right, Wake.
And as for you, Chromagil, you're feeling that as well. Name off some pleasurable memories.
He's just hanging out in the forest as humble travelers come by, and he's like basically encouraging the forest to feed them in his own silent way, and then just as they stumble upon him, hello, just having nice conversations with people in his happy little hamlet out in the woods.
Wake, getting further drawn into this, actually starts walking back around so he can get a better view of his eyes.
It's not invasive. Like you can see the Daystar, but as you get closer, the memories are a little bit more predominant. However, you do have spatial awareness of everything else around you. It's not like you're fucking locked into this and hypnotized by it. It's just a really nice memory that's hitting the back of your head, and you can feel all this like pleasure in your head.
This is nice.
First time he gets drunk, hanging out in that one bar.
The Daystar closes his eyes, and everything else around you snaps back together.
Huh. It's kind of just
I now know
instantly
who
back
you are,
in the present.
Chromagil, and thank you.
The pleasure was all mine. Kind of nods.
And I know you were looking Wake Scalebound.
Yeah. You can call me Wake.
It's quite all right. through visualizing your memories and reading into your minds, I am now aware of the situation at hand. You have my deepest gratitude.
Wow.
Fear not, my gaze will not harm you. I only wish that upon those who would deal harm to myself or my emotions. If they run wild, I could do great and terrible things.
So, those demons that were accompanying you, were they somehow immune to this, or did you decide to go with them willingly?
I was forced into this. They told me they found my father's greatest treasure. And it's an item that could kill my mother in any given moment.
Hold on a sec. I go to the window. Hey, guys!
They phase through you.
Okay, you could have just gone through the wall next to me, but that's fine, too.
Well, no, mate. We're ghosts. We gotta make fun of this.
That's fair enough. So, Captain's greatest treasure, Captain's kid was just telling me that it might be some sort of weapon.
Weapon? No, well, that does explain why it's so heavy sometimes. But he looks down and he remembers, oh yeah, that's right, just don't exist. He's been holding on to it for 500 years. He doesn't. It's so attached to him.
Every time I show up, I'm holding this chest that I think I need to carry, but logic sets in. I don't.
I mean, it's getting better at least.
He's now realizing, like, oh, I don't need this.
This guy have crazy, like, ghost biceps.
Wasn't part of our revelation the potential that the Dawn Star might have been the treasure they were tasked with?
It's possible. I mean, at least that's what I was trying to pitch, maybe, but I'm thinking that if he's saying that it's something else.
Well, the union of an archfey and a mortal is nigh impossible, very much unheard of. The union created myself and something else along with it.
Oh.
Something that proves that mortal men can tie themselves to archfey. And my father forged it into something. And if wielded incorrectly, it could kill the archfey, claiming that mortals have dominance over the archfey.
We should probably get that before we go.
That
That's
does
probably
seem like an important thing to
It'd be
make
better
sure
not to let those demons get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree.
Well, the problem with that, mate, is we don't know where it is anymore. Remember?
Yeah, that is a problem. Did you
But
guys...
don't we have a sheath that could answer questions if fed a sword?
Possibly. I've never been, like, he does tell truths. But I don't know if it has to be something that he knows specifically. It's been very vague.
Fair enough. Just thought I'd posit a potential
Do you want to
answer.
try it?
Sure. I'm not using cool.
Well, let's see if the scabbard's omnipresent.
Hey. Hey, Kevin. Been a long time no talk. Let's see.
This noise is coming from the sheath as it's widening. It's so rusty it hasn't been used in a while.
Ooh, boy.
Okay.
The last time I fed you was like a flaming longsword some time ago. if
Never
I
met a
recall
sheath
correctly.
with morning breath.
Yeah, he kind of like coughs and a little bit of rust sprinkles out. Oh, you got something for me to? You got something for me to tell you the truth on?
Possibly. What are you hungry for?
Well, what do you got?
Oh, I got knives. I've got, I got silver. I've got. You looking for magic things? Because those are.
Is the ghost crewmate still nearby?
Yep.
Hey, can I borrow one of your cutlasses?
Cutlass.
Cutlass.
Well, not sure you can hold on to it.
Ghost hand.
You grab it.
Ha! Ghost sword. Does this feed you at all? I'm curious.
Are you gonna try?
I'm gonna try.
You put it in. You pull it back out. Your ghost sword's still there.
Damn.
And Kevin is like chomping at the bit, trying like, that was weird. It's like something went in, but I couldn't feel it.
I felt the thought of it.
If I had a nickel, right, ladies?
Natural 19 on persuasion.
I couldn't. You didn't put anything in there. It's weird.
Sorry. Here, you can have it back. Hand the ghost cutlass back. That was cool, though. How about... Man, I have never used it, and I'm not proficient with it. I pull out Ghoul. Shh. This is probably the most magical thing that I have. This is going to be the most delectable meal I hope you have ever eaten.
You insert it in.
I shove ghoul in.
You don't feel like the blade's gonna fit, but slowly but surely,
If I had another nickel. Anyway.
as you slowly start to insert the blade, you feel it's actually shrinking and actually form-fitting.
Nom nom.
Yep,
There
and
you go.
you're hearing like an acidic like sizzle from inside Kevin as he's eating away at the sword. The eye that was looked like it was half asleep on the side of the sheath begins to widen and starts glowing blue, and you see like cracks of black veins start to like fizzle around the iris.
Goodbye, obscenely expensive katana.
Ah! Whoa, what's that thing you mortals drink? That stuff that makes your heart go faster?
Coffee?
How do you know that?
Cocaine.
Just guessing from my traveling companions here.
I got some of that too if you want it. Pull out like 5 vials of bristle bean coffee.
No, that's fine. That's exactly what it feels like. I've never felt this alive before. What do you gotta ask me?
Well, we were wondering if maybe you had, just a tip or the exact location, preferably, of the treasure that these gentlemen were trying to hide here.
His eye, it's like Eye of Sauron, tweaks instantly all the way to the to where the two ghost gentlemen are standing.
I know everything.
No, his eye is darting all over the place. He's actually looking at all the books on the shelves. It looks like he's absorbing the knowledge of everything that's in this room right now.
Oh boy.
He's hesitant. He's trying to gather words and he can't. He's just looking around everywhere. And then you feel the hilt shifting and shaking in your hand. It's very physically throttling around very hard. You feel it jolt like it's trying to move.
I can barely hold on with my ghost hand. This is... Okay, I'm going to follow whichever way he's jolting towards.
You feel your entire arm swing as he turns 180 back to the entrance.
Okay, we're going this way.
He doesn't go that way, but now he's looking, and the eye that was blue turns red. Bing! And the coloration begins to fade away, and it returns back to that sleepy state.
Did we kill him?
Don't know if that's possible, honestly.
A creature much larger than any of us standing here. Something that was once a man, then transformed, offered it to a sunken and destroyed city down near the lava.
Ah, crap.
Uh-oh.
It sleeps in a graveyard somewhere. I can't tell where, but it is hidden well within a graveyard within that city.
No, I think I know.
And that is the truth I could give you. And his eyes closed. Oh, man.
I pet the sheath on its spine.
Don't patronize me.
I'm not trying to. You did a very good job. I'm sorry I haven't fed you in a long time. So yeah, that's what he can do, and I hand him back to the
Yeah, Fortreus' dad kind of takes the hilt of the sword. It's like, well, we'll just hold on to that knowledge for later.
I get a feeling he's talking about Jevavul.
I have that same feeling.
Yep.
Because that's past Hexerus, which is the lava pit, and then the graveyard would be in the extremely, extremely cursed and haunted area.
I fear that if it was not my father's wish to kill my mother, and it is hidden in some location where only the foolish would ever dare to retrieve it, I fear that it's in a safer place than anywhere else.
That's fair, but those demons really seem in league with a bunch of evil shit. I don't know. I'll take your word for it. You seem to really get a grasp of this situation way more than I do.
Devil Grin shakes his head, just well, the fact that it's in Jevavul means that the Drow were there, and if anyone is to ever plunge their way into the depths of Jevavul, it would probably be the elves up above the mountainside. So it might be the elves' problem or something for them to find. And the moment that they find it, I'm certain the elves, out of anyone, with the people with the most connection to the Fae, would be able to gauge what the item is.
That's fair. Hey, Devil Grin. Do you know much of the people in Hexerus?
He like looks left and right. Well, if we're here in the halls of knowledge in the Grand Library of the Grand Pseudo, I guess the cat's out of the bag. There's a few of my people still living there.
All right, so you have an inn. I was wondering if you'd be up for one more job.
That depends.
Just
So long as the coin's in it.
the coin will be there. In fact, the coin will be here. I take out my purse.
Oh, no need, sir, as the Daystar says. Is that what you wish to desire, mortal? What do you mean by that, kid? His eyes open.
I give you the wealth of knowledge!
5 bullions of gold fall on the floor.
Pink, 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 pink. It's probably worth way more than what I'm going to ask, so I'm gonna have to think of a new favor now, but...
Is material wealth what you desire, mortal? Yes! He, like, scrambles up the gold and he starts weighing it. Oh, this is heavy.
I mean, it's gold, so, yeah, it's... Anyway, I was just...
No.
Holding on.
He takes the one bit of gold, puts it to his mouth where the gaping hole is.
I don't know if that...
Oh, it's real.
So, what I was going to ask was if you would, pass a message along to the people of Hexerus to maybe... either, you know, find a little bit of extra security or make sure that nobody tries to go through to Jevabul.
With this kind of payment, I think you should see to that personally.
I would agree. I think that you could probably head up that front. You are quite a capable combatant, and you do know and have first-hand experience with what we're dealing with.
He like looks to you and he gives you that wicked smile as he pockets the gold in his clothing. I begrudgingly accept this offer.
Ah, begrudgingly, I accept. Okay, cool.
He shakes your hand.
All right, well, I guess this will be where we part. We gotta go, collect Micha and hopefully Valtara's ambulatory by now. That's a big word I learned from Micha.
What does it mean for me?
It means that they can move on their own.
Oh.
Yeah.
Meech's just sitting there. By God, he's learning.
Now he gets dangerous.
Well, I gotta kill him before he gets too powerful.
He's learned too much.
All right, so you guys head back on over to Colas. The way back will be way easier. There's not going to be any danger, especially with the fact that you have, as you walk back through the forest, you notice that there's a few lonely shark ethereal ghosts following you as you go along, like they're shadowing you.
Oh, hey guys.
They kind of like hide behind trees. Shit.
Okay, I guess this is a secret. I mean, I didn't see anybody. I guess that was just the wind.
You see one of their hands wave out and like give you a thumbs up.
Yep, just the wind. And I keep moving.
If only there was someone here to sing the praises of the captain of the lowly sharks. If only we had someone nearby who could spin us a yarn about his great stories and travels and exploits. I'm sure his son would love to hear about them.
Or maybe at least their favorite shanty. It's great traveling music. I'm not much of a singer. Yeah, it was just the wind, like I thought.
Any sort of exposition from the fellow pirates who joined with him would have been fantastical for his son here.
Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that
Now
you
this is a marching
understand.
tune.
Wake has one finger on fire, just...
So you head back to town.
Yeah.
You head over back to the inn. Micha's down at the bar right now. So is Valtara, though she's eating like something right now. She's looking at her arm. It looks like there's a little bit of scarring from the brand that they placed on her.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna grab my regular arm, my normal arm, out of the bag that I've been holding it in. Pretend to attach it, just kind of walk up cross-armed. Hey, Micha, how's it going?
Ah, you've returned. That's great.
Yep, and in one piece, drop the arm. Ah!
Roll performance.
That's a 13.
Well, that's a good roll, but with Meech's like +7 in insight.
Oh no, it fell off! I'm
Oh
gonna lift
my-
it up with the ghost hand. What's happening?
Okay, that I need to roll for her on. Yeah, she rolled a 2. I could just shoot her that back. What the fuck?
Oh my god, this is... I've never... Oh!
Truly, Wake's greatest enemy was himself all along.
She turns and looks to Morgan.
It's like choking. I'm pretending it's choking me. No! I'm kidding. I have a ghost arm now.
Everyone else in the bar runs out screaming.
Oh, this went too far. Arm back in the bag.
You see your bartender friend hold up a shotgun.
I wave with the ghost hand, then put that down and wave with the regular hand that normal people can see.
Everyone's waiting for an explanation.
So Wake gained a new skill while we were out.
And lost a limb.
Sort of a trade-off.
Yeah. Let's just say he stuck his hand in the void of entropy.
Yeah, that's probably correct. Actually, no, 100% correct.
He stuck it in a magical bag.
Misha bought that. Just like...
Way more dangerous than I ever thought. People walk around with those.
His arm froze over, and then he ripped it off.
As
I tried to help.
Can we go with the demon narrative where like they cut it off? It sounds better.
Valtara holds up her pack. And she like nods to you.
Yeah, they're dangerous, right?
Puts her hand in.
Careful!
Pulls it back out.
Oh!
No.
Well, what did we do?
We did something wrong.
Valtara...
The instructions were not clear, okay?
Valtara looks haggard. She doesn't look like she looks a lot better than before, like she's not feverish. She doesn't look like she's about to like fall over asleep and like it just collapse from heat exhaustion. She looks way better than before, but she probably needs like a little bit more of like, hey, maybe a cold compress here or there, some more hydration, but she looks all in all okay. She was in the process of like getting some food back in her.
Good to see you up and about though, Valtara. Sorry for starting it off that way, but
Yeah, hell of a scar brand.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Warhammer joke.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Sorry, inside joke.
no worries.
Yeah, just the two of us, the two people at the fucking table are just
That play Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
Just
Chromagil gingerly brings over the Dawn Star. Just being like, this is, by the way, we've found our charge. Valtara, I'm sure you'd be happy to see him.
Oh, you brought him with you?
I mean, where else would we have?
Left him over at the
I guess we could have, but
Okay, so you did bring him with him. So you've been traveling with this kid. The kid is probably like, he's like in his 20s, but he's very short.
I feel like we're the most capable things of protecting him right now.
No, that's fair. Like, he'll abide to whatever you want.
I assumed with my cloak he would be very, he would probably feel safer in the presence of someone he knew had been in the Court of Spring.
yeah.
Yeah, he's more attached to you at this point.
I figured.
So you kind of like usher him forward and you show him off to everyone.
Oh, he's your little anime kid.
My neighbor Chromagil.
Yeah. Oh my god, I need that now.
Chromagil is very, very protective of this child. Well, not child, I guess. To him, a child.
No, that's fair.
There's already kind of an umbrella thing going on.
Yeah, instead of the leaf, you are the umbrella.
You wearing this cape, like you could just feel this kid radiate like art fey magic from him, especially coming from his face. The kid like doesn't open his eyes, but he kind of like waddles over and he like waves his hand out, and he's now sensing everyone around him. These are more of your companions, I assume.
Yes. Valtara put herself in great danger on your behalf, and I assumed I wanted to show her that her pain was not in vain.
It's quite all right, Your Highness. I am not known. I'm not sure if that is indeed what you would like to be called, but she like stands up. She's fucking towering this kid. She kneels down, and she like kind of like looks down to him. She's not again. She like being delirious. She's not parsing. Don't look at his face. Don't look at his face. Don't look at his face. Whereas Meech is just like, oh fuck. I just took care of you. Don't do this to yourself.
Chromagil has no understanding the danger he might be putting people in and encouraging this, but he's just been like, I looked at him and everything was fine. Surely my companions will be okay.
You know, it just occurred to me. We don't know you by anything other than Daystar. Do you?
That is what my mother called me.
Oh, so that's just your name.
I would
Okay.
prefer that, yes.
That's fair. Okay, I didn't know if you had anything that you'd rather be called.
No, it is quite all right. If the mortals wish to know me as Daystar, then very well.
Absolutely. So,
She-
yeah, this is
he,
the Daystar.
He turns to look back to Voltara. Voltara's not paying attention. She's still fucking delirious. Slowly opens his eyes. Mitra kind of just like, okay, no thanks.
Actually, I thought the same thing, but it's actually kind of nice.
While that's going on, Voltara, you guys watch as the coloration in her flesh begins to return. That sickly-looking visage on her face is fading away. She almost looks like she's still got this like sad look on her as she's looking into this kid's eyes. The illness that was once plaguing her is now gone, and she stands up and she looks at herself. What did you do? My sympathies for your plight had granted you your health back.
This guy's great.
Patted him on the
The
back.
scarring is gone.
This kid is awesome. Mm-hmm. Easily top 5 kids we've traveled with. How old are you, by the way?
In mortal years, I believe I am about 22.
He's older than me. Shit.
Not older than me. Chromagill's just kind of very.
He like
proudly.
waddles back over to you, Chromagill. No, in fact, you age me by at least 300 years.
I hadn't put an exact number on it, but it's nice to know.
You are wiser than me, being a creature of the earth. You would know much more of this planet than I would. I have been sheltered in my mother's domain for quite some time, and unfortunately, the one time that I decided to venture forth was the moment I was besieged by demons. I feel that I might be misused going forward if I were to ever give my trust again.
Well, hopefully when all this onrush nonsense is dealt with, we can prove to you that that's not the case for this whole world.
I would like that very much, Wake Scalebound.
Again, you can just call me Wake. I'd honestly prefer that. Much as I like my last name, I don't even think it's my real one. It's just kind of what the village called me. But
I thank you for guiding me, Sovereign.
Kind of just gets all happy and giddy hearing someone refer to him by his title. My hope, Daystar, is that after we restore the balance to everything, and after this conflict is over, you can visit this realm again without the fear that people will betray you or harm you.
I have peeked into your mind, Sovereign. I know where your court resides. I may travel there sooner than you think.
That would bring me much joy.
say, you you Fey types like sweet things, right?
Oh, I do indeed like to partake in sweet items.
Wake pulls out the extra bottle of sangria that he made some time ago.
Oh, man.
For his mother, in fact. I made a batch of this for your mother and figure that, you know, an equal gift for yourself for both healing Voltara and then, I guess, paying Devilgrin entirely. I guess this is a worthy tribute.
I share part of my mother's gift. She is much more powerful than me, but being splintered apart from a mortal creature, I hold half of her power.
Well, that's still a lot more power than I think I have at the moment, maybe. I don't know what's...
That feels exactly like... I'm sorry, we have not spoken true names. I have not peered into your mind.
Morgan, we haven't really met despite this trip.
Well, being that I'm working with the aspect of death, I didn't think it would behoove me to look at a Grand Fae.
Of course not. Death is part of every cycle.
Of course not, you abomination.
Don't look at my eyes. They're not meant for you.
Be gone with thee.
You may hold more of the Court of Winter upon your body, but at the same time, death comes for all, not just for winter alone. Spring, summer, autumn, we all fall to death.
He's a real cheery kid.
Being an aspect of one, you have a grand purpose that the Lord Highest of Death himself would ask of you.
That sounds about right. The name is Morgan Strong.
Do you peer at his face?
You sure about this?
He has no hesitations,
All right.
but do you have hesitations?
No.
Roll a wisdom save.
All right.
Staring at y'all galaxy-eyed.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Michi's just sitting there just like, why are you doing this? We were told
I
this
don't
kid...
know, why aren't you?
Modified-
Secret demon or something? Huh?
Modify 20.
She splashes water in your face.
That proves nothing. Thank you.
Modify 20.
Very well.
It was a bit dry.
Yeah, you can stare at his face. You have no hesitance or fear in this. However, you don't feel pleasure like the others did. Regale to me a bittersweet memory.
Well, let's go back to the mission on Gast Isle. Probably it would be the mission where they're coming up on the coast of Gast Isle. It's Morgan, Ulfric, and Elrin. Basically the pre-combat hype chat. I hate to be grim, y'all, but this is history. The pre-D-Day storming Normandy, kind of.
Right.
The calm before the storm.
Yes.
Yep.
And then as soon as the rope ladders drop, yeah, it's the calm before the storm. The last
good episode of Game of Thrones.
Man, like, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. So it's basically the last time Morgan remembers actually seeing his companions in a physical form instead of in here.
Right on. With that, just as the entire bitterness of this memory is about to kick in, it washes away, and you return back to the bar. I understand. I apologize that this mission has been put upon you. I assure you that if you were to continue with this path, and this indeed does end the way we all hope it would, your reward will be eternal, and it will be grand.
I'm not gonna lie, it is nice to see those two again, instead of just hearing them.
Lord High Death will make sure that your reward will honor them as well. I am sure of it.
Let's hope.
He turns back to the lot of you and looks over to Micha. Micha, oh, fuck no.
Micha, don't worry. All of us have looked into his eyes and relived a memory, and he's gotten to know us better.
That way he knows we're not secret demons.
That too.
Why are you passing that suspicion on me?
I'm just saying everybody else has looked at him and you've been like really... Okay, look. I have dealt with a bunch of demons today and then I learned that they're just everywhere.
I have enough voices in my head that have ruined my life. I don't need another one.
Let's make sure one of them's not a demon.
I'm not going to accuse you of anything, Micha. I just want you to know that we were all initially scared, but we've all come out of it a pleasant experience.
Persuasion.
Ooh, 19.
Nice. Wake has immediate suspicion of anybody that doesn't like him as a person. So
Yeah, that conversation was going south between Micha and Wake at that point. But then when Chromagil, you kind of speak that up, she's just like, all right, I suppose the one who leads his people would probably have a little bit more of a sound mind on that situation.
You know, just saying. Kind of shrugs.
As his hand is, like, fucking wrist deep in alcohol, as he's saying.
I have my ways.
I just like loosening everybody up before a night of drinking. That's all. It's an icebreaker.
Who gave him that? Oh, wait. Yeah, this bar emptied, so there's probably a bunch of half-drunk drinks in here.
Yep.
I'll fix that for you.
No, don't. The bartender, like, slaps you with a rag. No, you won't. Stop that.
It's been paid for, right?
Some of them haven't.
Well, you just let him run out of here?
Also, what, are you just going to serve half-drank, unpaid-for drinks?
Micha turns to look at the Daystar.
Meanwhile,
It's a party!
Meanwhile, shenanigans.
Yeah. Micha's fur stands up on end. Like,
She assumes
like
a
her
defensive
claws
stance.
extend without her knowing, and her eyes are like wobbling back and forth. She starts tearing up.
Okay.
No, maybe I was wrong.
Anything the Daystar feels, the other person feels, even if it's not meant to be that way. That's what he told you back at Dimswell. So now that you've said that you seem suspicious, Micha, he's arousing suspicion.
Ah, okay, cool. I don't know this, but
This is feeling like a punishment to Micha.
Wake is readying because he's never seen this reaction before.
When he closes his eyes, she snaps back and falls back on the stool and hits the floor. She's holding her face, like almost trying not to sob physically.
Girl McGill rushes over, tries to steady her and help her up. I'm sorry, I had no idea. I didn't realize this would happen.
Destiny plagues you. Gee, you think? She's crying now.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry that went the way it did.
The Daystar is crying now, too.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
He's not, like, bawling like Micha is. Micha just, like, kind of, like, for the first time in a good long while, this is the first time she has lost composure. Just especially for what she does as a profession.
Hey, at least it's okay to loosen up every once in a while and to kind of lose that composure. It's all right. You're among friends.
Oh
Just trying
boy,
to
how
be
did this
very-
went south real quick.
This is Wake has no idea how to deal with this situation.
Just trying to be really nice, but also at the same time,
Micha just, like, stands
very
up.
clumsy.
Yeah, Micha just, like, stands up, holds her face, and, like, leans against the bar. Valtar is helping her up as well. Fate was cruel to you. I am not certain if there is a light at the end of your tunnel, Micha Asmit.
Girl McGill just kind of steps back.
That is some heavy words to lay down. I think there's probably some light we could find.
What I sense from her is not of her own. There are more than just herself. Much more powerful and overwhelming.
Like what Morgan has, or
No, worse.
oh,
Remember,
The Yith.
I do remember the Yith. That was a. Are they still there?
I don't know what this Yith is. It's a word uncommon to me, but I could see it in the back of her mind, and I can assure you, there is more of that than there is one Micha Asmit.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's great to know. Let me have more drinks, please. She,
Sure
like,
thing.
Yeah.
Round on me.
He like gives her a strong shot of whiskey. I'm sorry that had to be brought to you. Based on everything I've seen from your memories, she is not in league with Resp or Garlux in any way.
That's good to know. After everything I learned today, I mean, to be fair, the one that I learned was, in fact, in league is the one that probably made the most sense, but learning that they're everywhere is troubling.
But know this. He turns and looks back to Micha. In the now and in the present, you are in fact Micha Asmit. And no one can take that away from you. Only when you allow it to be taken away will it be so. Micha is just drinking right now. She's not even paying attention. Yeah, great. Fucking, I get fucking nightmares in my head, and my job gets taken away. I'm on a crazy trip to stop a demon incursion, and now I'm told I'm not even myself. Great. And people
But you
say
might have a big hand in saving the whole world.
she takes another shot.
And to be fair, after we're done doing that successfully with absolutely no casualties whatsoever, we're probably. I mean, I'm just going to assume that Kelpie's probably going to be pretty favorable to us, and those guys work with Kelpie. Maybe we can get a favor in that way.
Try a persuasion check. Micha's not herself right now. She is a fucking cobbled mess.
Well, then hopefully a 12 will do it.
Just a bunch of emotionally clumsy men just trying to be like, don't worry, little lady, your feelings will be okay.
Well, thank God the alcohol's there because that's helping out the situation.
Yay!
Valtara kind of just like picks up Micha, just like holds her over her shoulder, like, well, she's probably out of commission for the next couple of hours. It's my turn to watch over her. What is our next move then?
We're heading back to get on a ghost ship.
Where's your companion? Don't tell me he was in league with the devils.
Oh, no. He went ahead to Hexerus to warn them about what might be coming.
Ah, the potential allies in our favor.
Yes, hopefully.
At the very least, hopefully someone to keep watch over a very important artifact that might be there.
Well, how do we plan on getting out of here? I mean, surely you might have some way to escape the caves and by not going back the same way.
I mean, the path is mostly burned down. It was a pretty straight shot back this way. If only some of the happy sharks were here, maybe they might know a shortcut.
The what now?
So, we found a crew of ghost pirates
That I accidentally raised.
who were...
She turns and looks to Morgan with the biggest disappointed mom face.
Don't worry, we're cool. We're cool. They,
Everything's good.
Helped us fight demons.
And, you know, they're giving us use of their ship to leave, so we can have a faster way out in order to return the Daystar to
Now, you
to
might
his mother.
not be able to see it, but it is there.
You'll have to trust us on that one.
She turns and looks to the kid.
I'm also not entirely sure we'll be able to actually stand on it, but hey, it's worth a shot.
The
haven't
Daystar
tested
just
it
nods
yet.
his head. What they speak is true. I have cobbled together all of their memories, and I can bring it upon you. No, that's quite all right. I just need to make sure it's actual fact. I am a woman of science, after all. She pulls out her journal and starts begrudgingly writing.
Ghosts exist.
Frowny
Just
face.
a ghost, real, not real checklist. Real.
Real fuck. All right, and with that, we'll take a break, and we'll return back to Dimswell.
All right, we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Table Wonders. No, I never use a D12 anyway.
Wow.
Roll 1, 2.
It's a
Also-
D12. Who uses those? I'm not a barbarian.
All right. So with that, you guys head on back to Dimswell. We give Meecha some space. She's kind of hyperventilating, very solemn about everything that just kind of transpired. But you know, she'll compose herself hopefully eventually.
Guess
maybe
I should have
someday.
figured everyone was afraid for a reason. It would have to go wrong for somebody.
Yep. Oh, you get the happy ending, dead man.
Ironic, isn't it?
All right.
So I hold my hand out towards where the ghost ship should be. There she is.
You're out in front of Dimswell. It is the little pool. There are now more Malu kind of just like swimming about in the water this time. Like they're a little bit more active than
Oh,
last
look
you
at them
saw.
there. They're all back at They're all back at it now.
One kind of like pops its head up out of the water. And hides back in.
Bye.
Yeah, it's like waving at you.
So yeah, ship's right over there. Point to where it is.
It's not there.
Hold up my hand. Still not there.
Does he see it?
Did he leave? Did they leave?
Wait, what is going on? Valtara says, looking at you.
Jolly sharks!
What are the kind
Do.
What? There's like a little goblin, like ethereal goblin sitting right next to you. What's up?
Hey, where'd you guys take the ship?
I don't know. I've been following you this whole time.
Yeah, what? They wouldn't have left without you, right?
No.
Seems really irresponsible of them.
Hides away.
But
That's not very useful either.
we, funny story. We seem to have misplaced our ghost ship.
Fuck.
I mean, I bet anybody that was here probably saw what happened.
I strongly doubt that the more I think about the fact that it was a ghost ship.
I mean,
Modified 21 on an Arcana check.
It's deeper inside the cave.
You picked up the trail of this ship.
He points to the inside where the entrance is that lets people who don't swim go in to do trade with everyone. Basically where the Grand Pseudo's library
I
is.
thought that's where we were.
No, you're on
Oh
the
my
outs-
god, I'm so out of it.
You're outside. You're just outside the cave.
It seems they've moved our vessel further in. Perhaps let's go.
Yeah, it's in the city, is what I meant to say. It's that way.
The Dawnstar's laughing at all of this shenanigans.
See, I'm glad we're all in a good mood. It's that way.
You head inside. You head back. The Malu are now way more active. Like, people are now, like, seeing... Like, there are now more people in the marketplace, like, trying to put their stuff back together now that they've been told, like, hey, don't be afraid. These people are fine. The demons are gone.
Demons are banished for some amount of time.
So, with that...
Bless you.
Yes, thank you. Petreus meets you guys in the center of Market Square. You see him like wave you down. Ah, there you all are.
Yeah, we made it. We're here to board. Is it there? It's still not there.
Nope.
This ship is still not in this goddamn town.
Nope.
Mother. We're here to board the...
Oh, your ship's not ready yet.
What do you mean it's not ready? It was...
Well, your two ghost companions kept saying that it's further in the cave systems. We have a little bit of a network that leads down into the ocean, and they said that they would somehow bring it skyward.
Right. Of course. How could I have forgotten?
I don't remember us.
Well, if you want to follow me, I can take you to where the deepest part is, that we could at least get you to where open water is.
Sounds good. That's perfect.
So, Petreus is slow. He only has a...
I picked up on that.
He has a walk speed of 10.
I lift him up and just move towards wherever he's puttering.
He has like this big dopey smile on his face.
And here we go.
It's like when you pick up a corgi.
Yep, pretty much.
Vroom.
If he starts kicking his legs really quick, it's like he's flying.
He doesn't have legs. He has like it's just little flabs on the bottom.
Yeah, like I said, he's like puttering. Like
His vestigial
It's more like a
fins.
carpet.
He's
Yeah.
almost certainly making like Jetson sound effect.
So he pretty much tells you to follow him down. Well, we'll follow him. You're holding him in front of you, and he's just telling you which way to go.
This way. Why aren't I turning?
About 15 minutes, you walk in. Morgan, you're feeling the spectral energy of the ship way more now over here. There is a big congregation of some ectoplasm this way. Though even you, you're holding him, you're trying to look through your arm to see if there's anything going on. You don't see anything on the side of the crystal lining of the wall, but you are starting to enter an area where it's just water and then wall. And it leads deep down. Like, you can see, because you're a fucking merfolk, as you look into the water, it's an abyssal drop.
Ah, yes. I've seen some of these in the past. Some lead to sunken cities, but since we're already in one, this one probably just leads to more water.
I wonder if I fell down there, if I'd fall so far, I'd pop up somewhere else.
Something tells me you're incredibly buoyant.
Possibly.
Valtara just closes her book, definitely. She pushes you in the water.
Oh!
Roll a con save with advantage.
23.
His cap sits in the water, and then 5 seconds later, he's upside down.
Whoa! This is new.
That is not the way I expected that to go.
Neither did I, Valtara said.
I float!
Kinda did. Because
She grabs you by the foot and pulls you back in.
I forget you're big enough to do that sometimes.
Well, this is where they said they would meet you. And as far as I know, if you go all the way down that way, it'll take you to a little network of tunnels that lead you back outside where we first met.
Ah, good. Underwater cave tunnels. Those are always safe to travel through.
I've never had a problem with
No,
them.
they're not, Misha says. How are we supposed to do this?
Oh, right.
Ghost ship! Ta-da! Kind of hangs out.
The water erupts into a tidal wave as what looks like an ethereal frigate pops out of the water, nose up, flops down, and now sits there. I need everyone to roll me a strength saving throw.
Oh, shit.
Lean over to Daystar as this is happening. I did not expect that to work.
Oh, boy.
14.
I was gonna say crod. 17.
Said, did you say con save?
No, strength save.
Strength save. 19.
19. Micha, Valtara. All right, everyone braces on the side of the wall. Petreus is still sitting there, just like.
Well, he's in my hands.
Yeah, he's just.
I'm in danger.
Everyone's there, except the Daystar.
Daystar?
Daystar!
Daystar!
Oh, shit.
You turn around. He was pushed back 40 feet into the cave.
Ha! I did not expect such a rush of water to hit you. Are you okay?
He's not responding.
I'm gonna do a quick
Wake's
medical
gonna
check.
set down Phaetreus and walk over to him as well.
An 11 on a medical check. Oh no!
Chromagil, no!
11 isn't that bad. Is it?
Chromagil, no! Let me do it! Boom! Natural 1. Boom! Boom!
Mitra!
So remember when I said this would change everything? The fuck am I doing?
Oh no!
No, I'm kidding.
Wake up!
We've drowned the Daystar.
God damn it. The star
Natural
has,
wonders,
the
by the way.
star has been extinguished.
I'm kidding. He fucking... You kind of bang on top of his chest. Like, yeah, you can pat him very, very hard as Wake runs in, just like, I'll save him! I'm gonna roll something for Voltara real quick.
Oh.
Stop us, Dino Mom! We're going to hurt the child!
What's up? Roll me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
God, it's literally 3 men and a baby.
Wisdom save is a 14.
Your body seizes up as you're about to fucking throw your fist down.
He's probably thirsty. I'll
She
throw him in
cast
the water.
hold person on you.
I'm trying to help.
You pat down and you like find like a center point in his stomach and just go beep. And he just like pops up water.
I'm sorry,
She
Daystar.
lets go of you.
Oh, it was water. I probably could have gotten that without even, touching him. All right.
The Daystar like sits up. He like readjusts himself. He like puts his hood back up. He starts laughing.
I apologize. I didn't mean to put you in such a dangerous place.
Phaetreus just like kind of like waddles back in. That was fun.
Are you okay, little one?
Who's this to?
I was saying that to Phaetreus.
Phaetreus is just like,
Blink,
I
blink.
live here. This is fine. I travel in the ocean.
Oh, okay. Well, some of us don't. Just kind of like.
You return back. Meech is like still hanging onto the wall, puffed out.
Anyway.
Morgan's just trying to light his pipes.
Yeah.
Anyway, ta-da and all of that. There's the ghost ship we told you about.
You guys watch as spectral beings start like just walking from the water. They don't even connect from the ship. They just start walking towards you as your two ethereal companions look to you with holding out lanterns. The guy still holding the chest. Well, fuck's sake. Well, well, we're here.
All right. Well, that's our ship that will be heading back out to either our real ship or maybe heading over to the...
What are you looking at?
I'm just double checking things. Keep going.
or take you back to your mother on. I'm not sure which is faster as of yet.
And it totally works. Chromagil tries to walk onto the ghost ship.
All right. You take a step where there should technically be no place for you to stand on. The light of the you are now standing right where the center point of the light of the lantern is. You stand on solid ground, even though you were floating above the water.
See? Oh, thank goodness.
Do you keep going?
And as you can see, it's a perfectly normal ghost ship. Taking steps forward.
As
All right.
ghost ships go.
You reach 5 feet. You're still fine. 10 feet. 15.
It's a very big...
15 feet, you drop in the water.
You fell off the dock.
You
But
float
you're gonna
back up.
have to watch your step, though.
Would you guys mind lowering the gangplank for us? It's probably gonna be a little easier to get on that way.
You're gonna have to follow us on the light.
That's fine.
He's holding the lantern out. He's waiting for you to get over there.
I'm walking.
You walk on top. All right. So you walk on this supposed dock, and
Yep.
you're standing on wood.
Is it only touchable on within the light of the lantern? Is that how
Yes.
this is going to
That's
work?
how this works.
Pretty sure that's how this is going. I reach down into the water to help Chromagil out of it.
Alrighty.
Onto the faux dock.
So with that, you guys wander on over to the ghost ship. You with some assistance, they help you guys get on there. You're standing on this, like you can see through everything. There is no fucking reason why any of this should be working. However, as you're looking around, I need everyone to roll me an Arcana check.
14.
Unnatural one.
19.
Wake is looking around like there's gonna be no privacy here whatsoever.
There are more of those spectral lanterns sitting around. Where you're standing is where the light is keeping you.
Okay.
So long as anything mortal stands within the light, they actually have physical form.
All right. It's balls in Morgan's court now. Stay near a light. You ain't gonna fall. We good?
Should we just take one of those and like attach it to like anybody that's not a ghost?
If you can grab it, I know you might.
I reach out and I try to grab the handle of one of the lanterns. Kink.
With the fake hand?
Fake hand.
Fake hand? All right. Let me roll something.
It's a ghost hand. It's very real.
Well.
Valtar's just sitting there with her book. Yeah, you grab the lantern.
Tink. Well, I'm good.
You hear an audible splash as you walk away. You hear...
Man overboard?
You hear cursing from Micha a few feet below you.
You know, I should probably be used to this by now. I walk down the stairs, into the galley, into the sub of the ship, reach my hand out and grab her,
She gets on.
and I pull her back inside the ship.
It's like
She looks at you with the biggest grumpy cat face.
You okay?
Never better.
Good. All right.
Be sure to watch your step.
As she holds out her fucking scalpel in her hand.
Sorry. As you can see, up there's the galley. I'm not sure if anything's edible until I start pointing out rooms.
Yeah, you start giving a tour of the ghost ship. And then you like point to one room and then there's that same goblin. Hey, occupado.
I still see him, but I guess we'll just... Shaders on, blinders.
But you used your ghost hand, and now you can see him in extra detail.
Actually,
Oh, no!
I have to keep the ghost hand on the lantern.
Oh.
Yep.
Pretty sure that's the only way I can manipulate it.
So, by all intents and purposes, this ship feels like you're actually standing on top of a rocking ship.
This must look fascinating to onlookers.
All right, lads. As the two fellas clap their hands and they usher you to actually go into the galley.
All right, into the galley we go.
Now
close.
I want y'all to sit right here. And he like points to like an area where it just looks like there's like a little sitting quarters, like almost like how a galley has for people to eat food.
Sure. I take a ghost seat.
And they take from the lantern, they wisp inside of it, and you watch as two prisoner manacles appear, and they ask you to hold out your arms, both of them, close to each other.
This is less fun.
I don't understand why we're doing this.
This'll tether you to the ship without you sinking.
Oh.
That's probably good then. All right.
Do you comply?
Wake is
Yes,
overly
probably will.
confident in his abilities to escape this shit should it get bad, so he just holds out his hands.
All right, cool. So from now on until this ride is over, you are considered restrained and have disadvantage to acrobatics and athletics checks.
Cool.
Chromagil also submits.
Very well.
More out of naivete than thinking he'd be able to escape.
Everyone pretty much gets shackled down.
Morgan, do you as well?
Yep, they do so to you.
So does this mean we don't need to stay in the lamplight to be on it?
Do you know what this feels like to you? Spectral chain.
You mean Forsaken Chain?
Forsaken chain, yep.
Oh. So that's what it feels like. For love of all that is sacred, don't move.
Well, I
Trust me.
kind of shakes the shackles. I think that's the point.
How much chain is between these manacles?
You don't know. When the light is moved away, you almost feel like you're about to fall through, and then you sit there.
I'm holding this light.
No, they took your light away.
Assholes. This is kind of rude.
So from here, you cannot, unless you want to roll me an acrobatics check to see through your hand with disadvantage.
I can't move my elbows?
Nope, they have you strapped down.
Oh, wow. They got me full down. Sure.
You're sitting down, like the rest of your body is fine. Just trying to move your arms up, no fucking way.
That
Kind of
is
shackled to a table, more or less.
a 19.
19? Okay, yeah. You like kind of like fidget your head to kind of like arch its way down, and you're looking through. This isn't just your wrist that it's strapped down. The entire metal bar goes all the way up to the elbow.
Huh.
And the chain that's holding it goes like, you see like maybe 5 feet of it ebb off somewhere, but because the light's no longer there anymore, it goes into nothingness.
This is much more elaborate than I thought it was. Oh well. What are ghosts gonna do? Sell us into slavery? Ha! Unlikely.
All right, lads. Hang tight.
Hanging tight.
Sail away! And you hear ringing of bells as the ship begins to bow. The entire back of the ship begins to rise up. You are all feeling gravity push you down.
Chromagil takes a deep mushroom breath.
This is a new feeling.
And it sinks into the water.
This is never mind. I like this feeling.
Looks over at Morgan. How's he doing under the water?
Everyone roll a wisdom save. This is a new feeling.
16.
17.
Meech is panicking.
Wisdom save is a 21.
You don't know what the fuck is gonna happen, but you're all bracing for impact. Micha, on the other hand, is just like, God, no, fuck! This is the absolute worst.
So me at Six Flags.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Micha. It's going to be okay.
Wake's just Jotaro facing. Nonplussed by everything.
You enter the water. All of you feel the velocity around you just fucking vanish. Bloom. You are underwater, yet for some reason none of you feel the effect. Like, you feel the density of the water around you changing, like, the physics. However, your bodies are completely dry. Like, you have your fingers laced together. It feels like you didn't even enter the water in the first place.
Wake instinctively tries to breathe through his gills.
Feels like air.
No, that's bad. That's bad. Not air zone. No.
Yeah. You all watch as, like, Wake's body is still, like, kind of, like, wisping as the water is dragging you down, and you're going into a darker abyss. But for that brief moment, I need all of you to make a perception check, except for you, Wake.
Except for Wake.
Yep, this is a hearing check.
I can't see shit.
13.
That's a 4.
4, you can't hear shit. So you didn't hear that Wake's voice went off like he was just talking normally.
Oh, that's fuck.
Chromagil, you felt that. The Daystar is nonplussed, but that's just before darkness sets in. Micha is screaming her head off. But
So we're surrounded in darkness now, basically?
Darkness and screams.
Because we're getting deeper in the water.
yep, you are now at the fucking haunted house ride in Disney World.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Darkness, my old friend.
Yeah, my wife's favorite ride.
It is complete pitch black, so if anyone has dark vision, let me know now.
I have dark vision.
Nope, I did not take that subclass of merfolk.
All right. Chromagil, you're seeing the network of cave systems going through now. The ship is just swimming through the water with no problem, and the hole is large enough for this vessel to fit through.
This cave system is fascinating.
It's dark as hell. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can help with that. With the way I cast magic, I glow a little bit during any verbal spell.
Okay, what are you
So,
casting?
I'm going to go ahead.
Remember,
and just,
you can't use your hands.
Yeah, I'm going to cast. Ooh, I'm gonna cast, even though there's nothing to really talk to. He's just casting animal friendship to basically light himself up and just trying to connect with.
I mean, there might be fish around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like just sea critters around. So you're like, hello, have you seen anything like this before?
A gulper eel swims right next to you.
Oh, hi.
Oh, I remember something like that. I think I ate it.
It looks over to Chromagil, looks to everyone else.
Don't mind us, we're just passing through.
Him food?
No, none of us are food.
Wake smiles a sharp, toothy grin.
You might be, though.
Him not food. Him food.
No, none of these people are food. We're just passing through. If you try to make food out of any of us, it'll be more trouble than it's worth. Trust me.
Persuasion. You guys are all seeing now this really elongated gulper eel, probably about the size of the Daystar, just swimming with Chromagil.
as I'm just kind of faintly glowing enough to show you what's around me. There's a giant eel just kind of right next to
With
me.
a giant, big, gaping mouth, and if it opens its mouth, it shows its giant serrated fangs.
You said persuasion, right?
Yep.
That is a 13.
You want food.
Wake is just nudging towards the back of his neck with his, like, teeth trying to pull his trident out.
I assure
I don't
you,
even know
friend.
what the hell I'd roll for that.
Disadvantage acrobatics.
Okay. Acrobatics is a good check for me.
I assure you, friend, if you try to make any of us food, it will only turn out poorly for you.
That is a 17.
I mean, you have the trident now sitting in your mouth, but good luck trying to hit this thing.
I was a deer once. I used it when I had no arms.
Do you want to let go of it? You are feeling the physics of the water pushing shit away. If you let go of this thing...
It's tied to me. I specifically made it that way.
Yep, good call.
He knew he'd be in the water.
All right, so you'd have to roll with disadvantage to hit this thing.
As I position it in my jaw.
You see that?
I'm
My
go-
friend over there's lining up to attack you right now. I would swim away if I were you.
What I'm
He's
going
gonna take that.
What I'm going to attempt to do is drop it from my mouth and kick it so that I can, like, this is going to be an extreme disadvantage.
Acrobatics with disadvantage.
Well, it's an attack with disadvantage, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Or do you want the acrobatics with disadvantage just to pull off the kick part?
That's what I want,
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Some Shaolin soccer stuff over here.
Acrobatics. 13, that is a 17, so that's a modified 20 on that acrobatics check.
Let me roll for him real quick. He nat 20s. The Gulper Eel nat 20s away.
Okay, so he's leaving. Gotcha. Okay.
And I...
Ping! Damn it! Goes to its full length. Oh, man. I start trying to coil the thing around my leg so that it doesn't drag too far behind me.
Right on. It's now just like floating with you. You feel your leg pulling to one side. Well, with that, everyone now sees the cave system. It's still crystal in the inside of it. And slowly it starts turning away from crystal as the ship begins to rise up 15 minutes later. You all still have breath, so Misha calm the fuck down finally. Or you turn and look over to Misha, she passed out from fear.
I'm sure she'll wake up.
Just taking a little cat nap.
With her mouth wide open and her tongue like flapping in the side.
They found her in the closet.
The stone around you is now turning into a darker blue. And then it starts turning into regular, like, grayscale stone as you're starting to see sunlight peek in. As you rise up, the ship erupts from the surface of the water. You are now near the entrance to where you guys first neared Gulliver.
Hey.
That underwater tunnel that you were told to enter in from the first place, you are just outside of that.
Man, we could have skipped a lot of trouble just by swimming down here, but I would have been the only one able to, so...
This entire trip took you an hour. So imagine your companions trying to break through this in an hour.
Yeah.
Anything short of underwater breathing spells would have worked.
That, and they'd still need to have a swim speed of this ship.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so
Just all get a lot of rope. tie
5
us to
minutes
you.
later, one of the ethereal fellas kind of come on down, and they release you from the manacles.
Thank you.
He's still holding the light, and you see like a spectral, like little aura of blue mist underneath you that's showing the step.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, lads. Well, where to?
Well, we left our ship at the town dock, I believe, but we could, we're actually closer to the Fey Realm, and they have a crap ton of ships there.
It is true. She did have quite a fleet in there.
Most of your equipment, though, and all of your other items are on the other ship.
That is true. We should probably go get those. Although, wondering how many of those are that in, but now we should get them.
Okay. So you guys want to head back to town?
Yeah, it was a lender.
All right. So you head on back over to Gulliver. The docks are closed, and there's not a lot of ships and not a lot of activity as there was before.
But I'm guessing ours is there?
Your ship's still there.
Cool.
There's ships sitting there, but they're left. It looks like it's left abandoned, like no one's working here. And currently, it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What looks like.
Well, this is odd.
I feel like
and-
docks normally have more people this time of day.
I mean, these guys seem like they were prepared for a lot of things. I'm gonna make a perception check to see if there's been like signs of like battle or
Okay.
anything like that.
Conflict.
Perception check is a 22.
A couple of the ships do actually look like they've been damaged in some scuffle.
Oh boy. Got a bad feeling, guys, but we should probably go ashore.
Yeah, head on. The ship kind of like docks over. They let you get on. They let you get on the docks. Your two ethereal friends kind of like make themselves real before you. Well, now that that's all done, well, guess we're gonna have to do something to bide our time until it's time to, you know, go on back to the great beyond.
Makes sense. If anything, if you can make contact with either some of the pirate lords down here, or, as we've learned, the military down here has been basically tricked into a conflict with the pirates due to the demons. If you can make contact with either and offer your services as reconnaissance, you know, scouting these waters.
Well, we ain't really all that lucky when it comes to the Navy, mate, but we'll try and find them pirate fellas she's talking about.
Yeah, I would check. I give him the meeting point where we're supposed to meet.
You're supposed to meet at Avast.
Yeah, I tell him to head towards Avast, and then I show him on a map exactly where that is, since I know these are northern pirates.
Right on. They'll take your information with them. They kind of like salute you all, and they return. They like fade away from vision, and you watch as the ship from behind you like starts to pull out, and then vanish.
All right. Mitra, Voltara.
Meech's still passed out.
Voltara, would you mind taking Mitra and the Daystar here and helping them get acquainted on the ship? We just need to check in with some people and pay our dock fees.
She nods and she like ushers the Daystar over. The Daystar looks over to Crow McGill, a little hesitant about that.
Don't you worry, lad. She's a perfect person to follow. I trust her implicitly.
He like hesitates a little bit, but then nods and then takes her giant hand and then follows after. Basically her finger and follows her.
As they leave, I have a bad feeling about this.
Yep.
It does seem strange.
Do you want to roll a history check to remember what the people of Gulliver were doing just before you guys went to Colas?
I mean, they were drilling for.
Yeah, they were prepping evacuations and stuff like that. So
They did say that there was a demon incursion to the north.
And yet this place isn't flooded with demons, so as far as
could have
I'm
just
aware,
came through.
And you
if the-
honestly don't know how long you've been underground at this point.
If this roll still means anything, it's a 14.
14? So what are you looking for?
Basically, I was trying to like place together, you know, where might they be, and I'm guessing it has to do with those, you know.
That would just be a perception check then. Just to try and find out where they are.
That's a 19.
19. You do see smoke off in the distance, but it doesn't look like, you know, wartime smoke. It looks just like the bellowing of forges off in the distance. So the town of Gulliver is just ahead of you.
Okay, we should probably touch base with them real quick. If does it look like it's more than like an hour's walk or anything, or is it?
No, it's like 15 minutes.
That seems like a fair amount of time just to.
I'd be willing to check it out, make
Yeah.
sure everything's okay. These people did do us a kindness when we came through.
So you guys head on over into town.
Yeah.
You head over to the town's southern gate. And if you remember, if you went south, you would have took the trip all the way to the side to head over to Colas.
Yes.
Yep.
So you head north. You head over to the first gate. It looks like it's closed, but there are dwarven paladins standing right in front of the gate.
Hey, fellas.
They hold their spears across from you. Hold there.
Yep. Holding. Just wanted to check in. Wake, we came in on the ship that we haven't named.
This whole place is on full lockdown. No civilians allowed. Not until the demons are taken care of and the alert is lifted.
All right. Well, that confirms my concerns.
Just wanted to make sure that demons weren't in the town or anything like that. We
Word-
ran into
word
a
has
couple
it that
down
nope.
in the Underdark.
Word has it that they haven't been. We haven't seen any of them come in, but all the paladins and all the clergymen were saying that there might be a chance they might eke their way in over.
All right, I guess I'll leave you with this fair warning then. The big ones were at the Galber Zoo, right?
Yep, Galberzu.
These two claiming to be something known as Galberzu. We fought them down in the Underdark, and they summoned a bunch of these little goblin wolf-looking things.
That's the ones we've been getting correspondence about.
Yeah, they're a couple of those might have gotten away, so they might be leaking up from the Underdark. If you just keep your eyes peeled for that.
We'll watch for that. Any other information you should be giving us about them?
I think that's everything that we know from that experience.
So Gulliver is currently under alert. They might be besieged by the oh fuck, the demon. I forgot what
Blarkests, I think they were.
Blarghests, yeah, Blarghests. So the Blarghests are trying to attack from the north.
Alright, so yeah, that's everything we've got. At least the two bigger ones that we found, those are taken care of. So at least they won't be summoning in more of those things.
Well, very well. We'll make sure to, if we have any information, if we have any troubles, you believe that people of Colas will be there to assist us with.
They've been made wary of the situation as well. So hopefully, at the very least, if you can get correspondence down there, you'll likely find an ally.
Yeah. Ulfdar is down there, and Bar is the paladin captain that they're cousins. So they'll find some way to get the information to each other.
And we send information ahead to Hexerus as well, just in case they try to pop
City
up
of the
from there.
Lava.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen down there?
We don't know, but we sent let's say an emissary ahead to help prepare them for anything that might
What's
happen.
his name then?
Let's see, I believe you know him as Segrin. Yeah, he was a good guy. He was our guide heading down that way.
Let me roll something for them. Oh, you mean that scarred up dragonborn fella? Remember he said that on the surface he doesn't hide himself.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes he goes by Devilgrin, I think.
Oh yeah, we knows him. Alright, well we'll keep our ears to the ground for such a fella.
All right, well,
Best be on your way then.
sounds like it. You guys, stay strong.
Don't worry about docking fees. Once the alarm's raised, we'll get everything all back to order.
Sounds good. We'll make sure to stop back by and take care of everything then.
All right, so you head back over to the ship.
I'm not coming back.
Yep. All right. So you are now on the open ocean, and you have left Gulliver a little bit in fear, knowing that the Galberzu have actually led some kind of attack. And though, from
dead.
yeah, from what it sounds,
back.
the paladins of Ludaria seem to have the situation under control. They're just keeping everything in lockdown.
Making sure things don't get worse.
Yeah, pretty much. This town looks like it's actually well guarded and well equipped for this. Like, the fact that they were doing all the evacuation bits and everything means that this town was prepared for something to happen.
Yeah.
They were prepping before we got there with bad news.
Yep. All right, so you guys are back on your ship. What do now?
Well, we're heading back toward the
Towards the
realm
Court
of the
of
Great
Spring.
Fae, I guess. The Court of Spring.
All right. So you guys go ahead and head south. About a day's travel leads you down that way.
Now, the last time we tried to get into this realm, a lot of weird time-manipulating stuff was happening, and everything was very difficult. Now, she knows we're coming now, and we're in tow with her child.
And you have the cloak,
I
which she
also
said
have
was
the-
going to be
Yeah.
our key to getting back in.
I also have the cloak. Hopefully, this won't be as much of a problem, but Daystar, just so you know, sometimes your mom is a little difficult to approach.
Sometimes, I believe so, yes.
Is that one of the reasons you left?
No. I merely was just curious of the outside world. My father was immortal. I am partly mortal. I wanted to see the world he came from.
It's a noble adventure.
Well, there's a lot more to this world than what you did see, I'll say that much.
Morgan, you look off to the side as you're sitting on the top of the deck and you see a rowboat with a skeleton sitting inside of it.
Oh, hey, what's going on over there?
I wave at it.
You turn and look at it.
Yes.
Roll a wisdom save.
When we last...
Natural 20.
Hey!
You remember this.
Nope.
Oh. Guys, a specific mariner is back.
I'm wearing my Court of Spring cloak and just...
You look back down, it actually looks like just a regular elf sitting in the boat looking at you.
Oh, it's just a fella.
He's also wearing a Court of Spring outfit. To everyone else, he looks like an undead creature. The day
Kind of just lift up the cloak a little bit and like motion it. Huh?
the Daystar looks down at the creature and screams. He doesn't like scream something. He like he opens his eyes and yells down something at it in Elvish. Does anyone here speak Elvish?
Yes, I speak Elven.
Is that Sylvan?
Sylvan and Elvish is different.
Okay.
Sylvan is like the language of the fairies, I think.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right. Well, then I do not speak Elvish.
In Elvish, he looks down at the undead creature and he says basically in Elvish, "Banish, away with thee." He opens his eyes and the entire dinghy sinks.
Brutal.
Handy ability.
He kind of like closes his eyes and like rubs his face. It's like straining him.
It's not too much further from here, so we'll be there within the next hour or so.
You say that as the fog starts to roll in,
This is familiar.
and the trees begin to appear as well, and the entire graveyard of ships is now before you.
Well, luckily this is a smaller ship, so a little easier to navigate.
I have the cloak. It's okay. We're friendly.
The Daystar walks to the nose of the ship, stands there,
Careful, Daystar. Please don't fall in.
opens his arms out like he's about to hug into the air. His eyes open up, and you see like a ray of stars shoot out of his eyes. The path opens up, and you see a straightforward shot to that one bar of area where where Waylon was.
Oh, I think that's the way we're supposed to go.
Yeah, I was gonna take us that way. But yeah, it's easier when we see it.
So instead of this being an all-day affair, this turned into like a 5-minute row just down the way. You park your ship and you head on down. All of the elven, like, what looks like the elven-encrusted zombies are now just like standing there waiting for you to get off the ship. And they all bow at the Daystar's presence and they stand aside. And when he walks past them, they look like regular elves.
This is a much nicer reception than we had last time.
You head on up the stairs and there's Waylon sitting at her throne.
We have completed our mission, as you have requested.
She gives no fucks in waiting. At the moment she sees her son, you feel the entire realm push.
Okay.
Almost like her entire body motion just completely pushed the realm as she runs over, picks up her son, and just fucking grabs him in a hug.
Okay.
That you just all felt the realm shake at her movement.
Yay.
We did it.
She starts crying. And they're both just enjoying an embrace at this point.
Yay. Wake's clapping with his ghost hands.
Chromagill will smile with his eyes in a few hours.
Literally. Oh wait, in this realm you have human handsome face.
That's right. I have the human face here.
Yeah.
I forgot. He smiles. The handsomest mushroom smile you ever did see.
Oh, and Valtara didn't see all this, so now this is the first time she's ever envisioning this realm. She looks over and sees Chromagill.
Hello, Valtara. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Chromagill has a face here.
Yeah, she like just backs up onto a pillar like full force, like, oh!
Man, normally she's pretty unflappable and just writes stuff down.
I'd probably be pretty excited to see a mushroom with a mouth.
Say that.
Just friction
Behold.
smoke from the quill.
Yep.
My true face.
Starts drawing schizophrenic paintings
No, crap. Oh, that delivery.
This is my true self.
Chrome Sona.
She lets go of the Daystar and puts him down. She looks over to you. She looks over to the rest of you. Who will speak up for you?
We've brought the Daystar, as promised.
She grabs you in a hug. Roll an athletics check.
Oh-ho! 19.
You almost feel like your entire body could have been crushed underneath the strength that she holds as she like just grabs you and pulls you in. Her face nuzzles into your cap. She is fucking ecstatic. Were you not from this realm originally, I would make you a knight instantly.
Yeah.
But I know now. She looks to you and puts you down. I know you are of higher stature where you come from.
It is true, I do have a circle to which I'd like to return.
Your circle is now a part of this court under protection and law.
I can't wait to tell them. It's kind of like awkwardly kind of
Pay no mind to that. She looks up to the sky and she like motions her hand. A flower that's sitting, what it looks like it's sitting on top of one of the roots in the trees, opens up and shows your kingdom.
Oh, there they are. Ah.
All of a sudden, like, everyone's just like way happier. Like all of a sudden, like the soil around it is growing with more vegetation.
A much more fertile, life-giving
everyone looks
forest.
weirdly, like everyone's just like confused about all of this, but then like fairies start like coming out of the trees and like just like blow horns and warn them like, let it be known that this sovereign nation is under the protection of Wayland of the True Fae of the Court of Spring.
You're welcome.
They hear your voice. Sovereign? The flower closes.
I was just expecting neat.
Oh,
yeah,
they'll
one
like
of the tiny ones. Neat.
Okay.
they'll like that.
The what?
In a few days' time, they'll figure out what I've done.
By all means, I will return without hesitation. She like looks over to like her throne. She holds her hand out and you watch as the tree like opens up and from within it is your items. She floats it back over to you.
Oh, thank you. I grasp one and then the other. Okay. Okay.
Almost
Right, remembering where we were. Okay, puts them back in a satchel.
She offers you to sit down at the table as like a feast just like erupts out of the table.
Now is it like a Fey feast where it's like almost all vegetables? And...
No, there's meat here too.
Okay, we're good.
There's meat, there's drinks, there's this is everything and anything is sitting here. A banquet is in order for your success.
I would be a fool to say no.
Please, all of you, enjoy this moment of rest. Time will be slow. I know your quest is urgent, but in this realm, your time is eternal here.
For all we know, she could have us leave before we got here. Things are crazy.
That'd be great if we could leave like last week.
So
Man,
you all
imagine how
sit
much time
down
we'd save.
and have yourselves a nice meal. Go ahead and describe what each of you is going to go ahead and eat.
Wake reaches straight from the center of the, like, I'm imagining this is a Peter Pan imaginary feast scenario, like a Hook style thing.
Yep.
He reaches to the center of the table and just rips off the crispy flesh and tender meats of a boar, starts munching down on that. He grabs a fistful of like Alaskan crab legs and just eats them like a
The more you
fucking
eat,
monster.
the more you eat, the more you don't feel satisfied, but at the same time, whatever you're consuming is filling your body with absolute nourishment.
Yep.
It's never ending gluttony, but just manifest to actually be beneficial to you.
Yeah, Wake is just anime pro tag eating like beef on a like giant.
That fucking anime
Yeah,
wheel
anime
of meat.
meat wheel.
Fuck that thing. It's not real. I hate it.
Yeah, well, Wake's eating it, so you have to deal with that.
No!
It's real right now. Real to him.
Peeling the flesh out. I'm sucking the marrow from the bones. It's great.
Morgan's probably going to grab probably the drumstick of, I'm assuming, a nice giant turkey.
Fuck yeah.
With just
Phoenix.
Man, screw that. Yeah, I was about to say, fuck that. You get an ostrich leg.
a Flintstone size.
Yep.
Probably
just
less tender, all things considered, but yes.
True. With just a nice arrangement of just a bit of fruit, some grapes, some apples, and of course maybe some soft sweet potatoes and a nice chalice of wine.
Every time you consume any of this, the hole in your chest feels like it's closed and you feel like a mortal man. As it slips down your gullet, you feel like you're complete again.
I'm gonna need a moment.
Chromagil.
Before Chromagil is just some of the most fertile-looking soil you've ever seen. Just looking all nourishing and just beautiful. That perfect amount of like dampness, so like he can kind of very easily just kind of stick a
Probably just
limp.
barely covering a dead body.
Oh, well, I was gonna say, and as he digs his hand in deeper, and just the little tendrils of roots kind of like spread out from him and start eating different morsels. Deep within this soil, he finds some kind of just decaying life matter.
Yeah.
You're not entirely sure what this creature
It's a
was.
decaying like, think of it as a giant pill bug shell where all this soil is coming from.
Yeah, and just tons and tons of just different nutrients and all sorts of things leaking into this soil. It's
Your
kinda
face
like just
becomes more predominant as you absorb. Your chin becomes cleft to the point where if you fucking turn around and hit someone, it's like that boss from Cuphead, the moon boss.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'll knock you asunder with my great and mighty chin.
Delicious, delicious death gravy.
Das Uber Chin.
So, I'm gonna say this. After consuming actual food from this realm, I want
Consider
all
that
of
a
you...
long rest. You will have all your
Oh, no, it is a long rest. It is a long rest, but I want you
I'm
all...
sure it's more.
Oh, no. You feel like there's this weird, like, extra matter that's a part of your soul right now. It's, like, ruminating inside of you. Your meal is not all that you will be rewarded with. What you have consumed is part of my domain. My domain is now a part of you. In that sense...
Ahem, the Court of Spring.
Yes, indeed. And as a gift of the Court of Spring, from your bodies, a material object that you wish for will become life. Let me read this for you guys.
Oh boy.
Not gonna like passing this one.
Oh no, she
Oh, God.
I wished for a mace.
All right.
Why did I wish for a 10-foot cube?
All right, everyone. Wish, the mightiest spell a mortal creature can cast.
Fuck.
By simply speaking aloud, you can alter the very foundations of reality in accordance with your desires. The basic use of this spell is to duplicate any other spell 8th level or lower. You don't need any requirements in this spell, including costly components. The spell simply takes effect. Alternatively, you can create one of the following effects of your choice. I will go ahead and say that I will read this to show how much gravity there is to this, but I will tell you there is stipulations to this rule.
Of course.
I'm going to read this just so I can give everyone at home a taste of what this fucking spell's about.
I'm familiar with Wish. Oh,
What
Jesus.
this could be.
You create one object up to 2,500,000 gold in value. This object cannot be more than 300 feet in any dimension and appears to be in an unoccupied space you can see on the ground. You can allow up to 20 creatures to have any spell, such as Get Greater Restoration. You grant up to 10 creatures you can see resistance to any damage type you choose. You grant up to 10 creatures that you can see immunity to a single spell or any other magical effect, or you can undo a single recent event forcing a reroll. You might be able to achieve something beyond the scope of the examples above. State your wish to the DM, and as precisely as possible. The DM has great latitude in ruling what occurs in such an instance. The greater the wish, the greater the likelihood of something going horribly wrong. The spell might simply fail. The effects you desire might only be partially achieved, or you might suffer some unforeseen consequences as a result of how you word the wish. The Daystar is part of her physical manifestation. Thus, that means that any magic that she has given you, the Daystar can make a physical object with his vision before you of this item. You are allotted one item worded very carefully. Any one magic item, any one magic piece of equipment, any one magic weapon, any one magic clothing, ring, amulet, anything. But you have to be specific on how you word it.
Anything goes.
Let's roll initiative to see who gets to do this first.
Oh, fuck.
This is one situation where I really hope I roll low.
Remember, there will be stipulations, and how you word it will affect it.
All right, I rolled an 11.
18.
Natural fucking 20. God
Hey!
damn you, good dice.
Do you want to go last?
I don't think it really matters whether I go last or not. I do need to. It has to be an object, right?
It has to be a physical object.
Okay, so that
It can't be an event. It can't
be a person.
It can't be a person. It can't be an event. It has to be the only thing that the Daystar is capable of physically manifesting is an item, much like how the fucking bullion cubes of gold for Devil Grid.
Gotcha. Okay. You said, I'm sorry. How many thousands worth of gold was that?
An item can be up to 25,000 gold.
Yeah, that's really strong. Let me look up a spell real quick if anybody has an idea for what they want.
I
It can be story-based, it can be item-based. Based on how you tell me and tell me what it is, you could be as vague as you like. For the sake of meta,
Yeah, right.
you could be vague because you don't like know what the exact effects of it is. At the end of this, we're all gonna get a level up, and you're also gonna get that item next game.
Yeah. Or next chapter.
Yep.
Next episode.
Next session.
Next episode.
Yeah. Oh man.
I told you guys. Rewriter spell.
Here's the thing. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons since 3.5,
And you've
I've
never gotten a wish.
Never gotten wish.
This is why you don't fuck with Archfey.
Wish is literally the spell that you use when you want to do like the most inane bullshit.
Yeah.
Like I created a mirror universe in Roll With Me with the Wish spell.
Wish is the closest thing to the Infinity Gauntlet you can get in D&D. It is the Infinity Gauntlet as a spell. Let that sink in.
I'm trying to think of something like simple and stupid that
Right?
Chromagil would ask for, but will
And I'm so
have
gl-
implications of
Okay,
like
okay.
I am so glad we have
Unimaginable power.
half hour to work on this because I feel like you guys need it.
All right.
Congratulations, I have given you one of the greatest fucking treasures in all of D&D.
Jesus.
A wish.
Was
It's just a blank check from the DM.
You say that
In
crap.
item form. It can't be
Yeah.
person, can't be an event, can't be a time-changing thing. It has to be an item that will grant you some kind of monetary power.
And like in my thought, I can be like, well, that means it can't be like a skill, but I could just ask for a ring. That gives me that skill.
But also based on how you word it,
yeah.
I will tell you what the results are next game.
Oh.
Chat, if you could see their faces right now.
Here, camera.
You're
Okay.
And as a little extra bonus, because
you know, just some little like a little cherry on top of the wish.
Just a little cherry on top of this. You only have a minute and a half to decide.
Oh no!
So who's going first?
All right, hold on. I'm thinking.
I just need to remember the name of the fucking spell is my problem.
You know, we got some of these.
Yeah, but cycling through those would be just as long as cycling through the internet at this point.
You probably also need to go through the unopened deck if you want to look at the higher level spells.
Yeah, there's...
Okay, you know what? I'll go first.
Go for it.
Do it.
Okay.
What do you manifest in your mind to wish for?
Let me give you some context because this is very important with Wish.
Okie dokie.
I'm not yelling. I'm like audience.
I think I've got an idea for mine.
Okay. So, given the context of Morgan's mission, his end game, Morgan wishes to basically, I'm saying this as the player to the DM.
Okay.
Morgan's packing a lot of equipment with varying things, but with a singular theme of undeath.
Okay.
I want to essentially, if I offer these items as tribute to offset the cost, to essentially make a weapon that's kind of like a scion of Vekker. Like, this is something only Morgan uses, and it's basically like, I am representing the High Lord of Death.
Okay. I see it in meta. Now say it in game.
Exactly. Now that we got
Yes.
context
No,
out of the
that's
way.
how this works. Say it in meta, and then say it in game.
Well, let me fluff it. So, Morgan's pondering, and he decides to channel spirit. He
Okay.
sits there, and he sees all three spirits.
Okay.
The somewhat partially faceless Drow woman, Ulfric, and Elrin. And he basically says, here's the score. Here's the ultimatum, and because we haven't been in combat. And Morgan gets the idea where again, wording is important here.
Oh, chat.
I know.
Oh, chat.
Look, and I hate playing this card, but I went to college for writing, and this is killing me.
Do it.
Morgan simply wants an item that will aid him in Vecker's ultimate request for him in this current potential cataclysm.
Got it. Before you feel that hole in your chest, you're feeling it create almost like a heartbeat inside of you. Based on your words alone, you can actually hear another voice from inside your head, something that feels like it's tapping into the very crux of your soul. You are a will-o-wisp at this point. In your mind, you see yourself as just a flame. The spirit is that, an eternal, ethereal flame.
Mm-hmm.
And before you stands a man dressed in robes that has this feeling of this same flame just drenched over him. It's not malicious. It's comforting in a way to see that this cloak of fire is something that protects someone. It houses someone and takes them to a place where they can feel housed by this kind and gentle fire. The figure, you do not see its face. You instead see a clean skeletal hand hold its reach into its hood, and pulling from it, you see something materialize from the flame and is put before you. Smash cut.
All right.
Chromagill, meta, what are we looking at?
Chromagill, his big thing is finding balance in nature and restoring the natural order to things. And to do that, he realizes that he's going to need to communicate with much more than he is currently capable of communicating with. So his ultimate desire is basically some sort of accessory, some sort of tool, something that will allow his will and feelings to be universally understood by everything. Like,
okay,
just any sort of, like, if there's a pack of wolves or bushes or like trees, like anything, he can just go, I need to know what's going on, or like, please get this out of my way. And whether or not it obeys is like different, but he wants to always be understood by all living beings.
You wish your voice to be the most paragon of all living things.
Basically, he wants to be able to know that no matter what life thing he comes across, he is able to communicate with it clearly.
Awesome. In-game.
I beseech thee! I wish to be known by all manner of life. I wish that for all things to be able to understand my desires and my will upon them. Whether or not they obey will still be up to the creature itself, but I want to never be uncertain to anything.
The world around you is eclipsed in fire.
Oh no!
The world, then, though, no.
Death is the true language.
No. And then from this fire, a layer of earth forms around it. And then from this earth springs forth a babbling brook. And from this brook springs forth plant matter. It is very comforting. You feel yourself within all of it. And it's slowly rising. You feel centuries go by, eons go by. And then from that, a life form appears. A small insect, followed by fish, followed by birds, followed by trees. The clouds in the sky begin to form. Rain eternal begins to last and just come, and from it, more water appears, followed by hail. And then, strangely enough, bits of earth, and then bits of fire.
Just watching the universe come together?
You're watching this all eclipse together, and you pull back, and before you, Chromagill, is a small globe. And on the other side of this globe, looks like a giant, almost planet-sized beast looking down upon you. It opens its mouth, and you start to hear a weird thumbing, like, growling hiss coming from its throat. But then it sounds like your voice. You can't make it out at first. But then slowly, you hear yourself you talking to yourself. All will be well and all will be known.
Is that what I
Smash
said?
cut.
What?
Wake sits pensively for a moment. Now, is this something where he's actively talking to the...
You can or you don't have to. You could visualize it or you could say it verbally.
Wake looks back on all of the times that he's had with his friends and everybody that he shared adventures with, everybody that he shared his life with, and realizes that probably 80% of them are dead. More than anything, I don't know if I have the same abilities as my master, the same... I don't know if I have his power. I don't know if I'm ready to wield it. But he had a technique long ago to bring back those that fell beyond the mortal coil, to snatch them back. When all this is said and done, I want the ability to make things the way they were. To let everybody live the life that they should have before all of this happened.
Is that in character?
Yep.
All right, meta.
Meta?
Meta, what would you like?
I want something that will grant the spell Resurrection. I don't care what the cost is.
Okay. Nope, that's fine. You say that, your hand that is spectral returns to normal.
I was just getting used to that.
As this is occurring, the rest of you is not there, but you can see your arm. And from around it, you're able to look and see every fucking pore, every blood cell, everything in this arm. This arm alone, it is showing you how matter is formed. This knowledge is seeping into your mind. From inside your hand, you ball it, you let go of this balled fist. You see the planet of Kelpie sitting in there. You've never seen the concept of a planet before. But as
It's round.
as you look at
Why is it
this
so
orb,
flat?
as you look at this orb, you basically see bits and pieces of what a map should be. From that, you look beyond your hand. There are others just like it, and they take forms of creatures, though it is silhouetted and you can't see it. Though you see eyes. Eyes from the stars that surround this entire section of planets and other sort of nebulae. This is the stars eternum. They are now looking and gazing upon you. You're hearing words that you can't understand speak inside of your head. They're not malicious. Until finally, from the orb that you see in front of you, Kelpie itself, it wishes for matter.
Yes.
Something we cannot give, but we will grant in some way. And the ball, from the planet itself, blossoms a lotus, and a light forms from it. Everyone gain a level, and this is where we'll stop.
Holy shit.
Yep. Boom. Good job, gentlemen. This is how we start the ending.
Wow.
Trying to build towards Wake's epilogue here.
Ooh, finally, ability score improvement.
I was gonna say, hooray! What an exciting level up for me. Ability score improvement.
You can also take a feat.
Oh, okay. I don't think I knew that actually.
Yeah, it's either ability score improvement or a feat.
Yep. So, in the words of one Sorcerer Supreme, we're in the end game now.
Oh.
But before we get to the end game,
we do
got
have
some
fan art.
We got lots of fan art. I saw a bunch of stuff getting retweeted earlier today. Over on the TFS fan art Twitter,
There we go.
Yes.
which is twitter.com/TFS fan art. I was trying to decide which way I wanted to say it.
At TFS fan art.
There's so many ways. All right, so starting from number 1,
That's seems accurate.
from Cherry T Draws.
I chose this.
I got the flats done for my drawing of Morgan Strong, and the shading tomorrow since my neck is sore from looking down at the tablet for so long.
Damn, it's looking great.
Oh yeah.
This is Morgan right now as he's like just thinking, I wish for death and eternum.
I was very, very close for
Morgan, no, I'll bring you back. No.
Don't touch me!
To be fair, it specifies they have to be willing.
I was inches away from Chromagill just going, I wish for more wishes, just to see what would happen.
I wish this day could last forever.
I wish I had more time to
When we
decide.
last left our heroes.
Oh, God.
Just forever.
Every TFS at the table from now on. When we last left our heroes, when we last left our heroes, when we last left our heroes.
Oh my God, episode 985.
Oh, it's this version of Dormammu have come to bargain.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Thank you kindly.
Thank you so much. Next up.
Yeah!
From Venomous Vinny. He decided to redraw an old piece that he drew the first time he was getting into TFS at the table. So this is a redrawing of what they had before.
Yeah, it's the vampire shark that we found.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I was like, is it a walrus shark? What's going on?
No,
That's
it's the
right,
vampire shark.
sharks. I forgot about those.
We just gotta-
God, that was scary.
There's a very big improvement. I have the first. I didn't put it up here, but from the first picture they drew, there is a massive improvement.
Nice.
Oh man, yeah, that just goes to show you how the style improves with practice, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
dude. Practice makes perfect.
Yep.
Get them art gains. Nah, I love Wake's like early Dragon Ball Z Yamcha hair.
He's got his wicked mane.
Yeah.
All right. Next up. From
Oh, that is a tattoo
Yeah, I was-
piece.
I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
say, that's
from
a tag.
Artsy Joe 94, made tattoo art of Wake. Might do Chromagill and Morgan next.
Oh, man.
Oh man,
Nice. That's great.
I might have to keep that around because I know a tattoo artist that's like they would do really well on that. I could see that on a calf.
Too bad you don't have that sword anymore.
That's true. That is true. That's a really cool. Of course, we could just say that's the other form of the Jossum.
Yeah,
Well-
that's fair. That's fair.
It's also a sword you sacrifice to learn the location of a very important artifact.
Yeah.
It went in an important way.
Yeah. And Kevin was hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me. Everything you guys have been saying so far has been held very accountable for a lot of things going forward.
I'm just trying to plan for all contingencies.
Hell yeah. That's impossible, but trust me, you're doing good jobs here.
For everything I've learned about, I'm trying to plan for.
Hell yeah. Next up, from Silent Sardines.
Nice.
For some reason, the first thing that came to mind when Wake lost his arm was Metal Gear The Phantom Pain, so Big Boss Wake.
I like it.
We're all natural wonders here. Puts like a face full of Ezra's ashes on his face.
We're not burying them at sea?
No, we'll turn them into diamonds. And we'll all wear them.
That seems really morbid, Wake. I didn't know these people, but they might want to rest sometime.
No, everybody gets a Holocaust diamond.
I don't...
Oh my god. Oh man. Thank you so much. Next up,
Whoa,
from
Feral Wake.
Nice.
From Timothy Jones, 964600251, whole lot of numbers.
Yeah.
The digital color is done. Been working on not inking the line art for the image. Glad you finished. Oh man, I just realized that. Yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy.
They went full color. They went from sketch to color. They skipped a fucking area.
Look at that shading. Wake is ripped.
Hell yeah.
Diving into action.
There he go.
He's about to eat that demon.
Man, that would just be fucking terrible if you did that, actually.
I mean, he did his damnedest. He ate chunks of it, and it all just disappeared, though, leaving him hungrier than that usual.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Next up, from ScanDranon01.
Whoa.
Apparently,
oh, shit. Is that, like, those look like King of Tokyo pieces.
So, there's a little bit of a explanation to this. In their own personal session, the gang goes to the swamp, and a potential cameo from TFS at the Table's Onslow Green should meet their players at the Gatorfolk Village.
Oh, that's
neat.
awesome. Those are great.
And
Wow, that's
I'm not going to assume, but I'm guessing that little hag down there might be a secret ingredient.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love,
So apparently the multiverse is opening.
This is fantastic. I love it.
I love the style.
Hell yeah.
And
This
those
is-
Gator boys look so fun over there.
Oh yeah, that's the random schlub Gator boys.
I know they're holding, like, I can see that they're holding a spear, but I like to imagine they're just giving a thumbs up.
Thank you so much, man. Next up,
What's a gab kazoo?
what's a gab kazoo? Nedra finds out what she is and still doesn't know what she is.
I don't get it.
I love that concern.
Can we practice
face.
the punching part now?
No, that'll bring him out.
Oh, I'll punch it then.
That's part of the problem. I know you would.
I punch it real good.
Too good.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'll just tell you this right now. That whole spiel you gave after Barabbas Bone Bites fight, that stopped it.
I am really glad.
That super fucking stopped it. She almost was a fucking sleeper agent that would have destroyed Right.
Good. I'm glad that
You know what? That worked out.
Fair.
we,
Yeah.
we went in the right direction on that one, I'm going to
Yeah,
say.
I'm gonna say, you know.
Think of it this way. She would have been a CR9 monster at that level for you guys.
Man, okay, so Ibrakal falls. Oh, this is terrible. How could this get any worse? Oh, man. Just, goddamn it, motherfucking, just.
Don't worry. At least we've got Nedra's strength to rely. Nedra, no!
No!
Nedra just eating Sheldon. I mean, CR9 isn't that bad per se in a town full of adventurers, but still not great.
No. Well, especially when it could just open up a portal for a whole bunch of other things to pop in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much. This is Caesar Morales, Ziga Exeron.
Yeah, it is.
Next up,
Oh.
from Morgan Sky, TFS fan art joined a D&D group recently and decided to catch up on TFS at the Table. Started watching it 3 weeks ago, and I'm already up to Chapter 4, Episode
Oh,
9.
hell yeah.
Absolutely
Holy
loving
shit.
Chromagill.
Thank you.
That is adorable. I'd buy Chromagill in Pog form.
I'm here in my happy place.
This is my happy ball.
This is my slammer.
I'm the sovereign of this Pog.
God damn it.
Pogvrin.
Thank you so much. And finally,
Whoa! Holy shit!
Dr. Chromagill.
from Miss Mirandate, Wake taking his ghost hand while Dr. Chromagill watches. Just another quick work from the fuck off from the phone?
Wow.
The doctor is tall!
Digital art is not my strong point, but I'm practicing with these. I'm sorry, hold
That
the
looks
fuck
amazing,
up.
man.
You
Yeah,
said
that's
you did
incredible.
this on your phone.
I think you did
You
great.
are great, okay?
Yeah, this is awesome. Whew, forgive me. There we go. Got it out of my system.
From your phone. Digital art is not my strong point. This can't handle the N and B key,
He might
let
have been a
alone punching a
stylist.
fucking art piece into it.
I can barely draw a smiley face. With
Yeah.
or my signature on one of those, like,
The E
square things. Yeah.
It's just a nightmare.
This is
is
awesome.
great.
Yeah. Also, Chromagill just towering over Wake. I know Wake is only like 5'10", 5'9", or whatever I claimed he was. And Chromagill's like 7.5 feet tall, but
he's in the
Uh,
seven.
Damn.
seven is the highest you could possibly. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. Once you reach 8 feet,
Yeah.
you enter large.
yeah.
Yeah, and he is like brushing up against that, but not quite there.
Yeah.
He is a big boy, but not a large.
Yeah, this
boy.
is if you like put like a Mastiff next to a Chihuahua.
Don't worry down there. Your arm will be fine.
there.
He's slapping him with the arm.
Crack. Crack. You dropped this.
And that's this episode for today. We are
Awesome.
on our way to the final to the
Awesome.
final chapter.
Awesome. It'll be interesting to see what we end up with next time at the table. Peace out, Wonders.